That's alright, Mama. That's alright with you. That's alright, Mama. And just any way you do. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright now, Mama. Any way you do. Come on, now. Can you feel the pain? Into him now. About this new world. Ain't no train. Papa's got a brand new eye. Purple haze in my brain. Lately things just don't seem the same. Acting funny and I don't know why. Excuse me while I kiss the sky.
What is going on, Don't Unfriend Me Nation? Welcome to the Don't Unfriend Me Show. Please get this shared out across all social media, Rumble, Twitter. Friends who used to watch, friends who currently watch, enemies that currently watch. Anyone who you know who used to watch The Dumb Show, get them on. Tonight they're going to want to listen to this because more than likely it has something to do with them. And I have uncovered over the last 72 hours a absolute smorgasbord, what is called an orgy of evidence against a person who has been trying to destroy the Don't Unfriend Me Show. And tonight those roles are going to be reversed. I have given them fair warning. I have told them I gave them till 1800 today to respond with either a formal apology or a retraction. They failed to do it, so tonight the gloves are off. We're no longer playing games. We're going to solve this once and for all. We're going to put it to bed, and I'm going to expose it all to you, and that is the way it's going to be. Why? Well, because I bring the receipts, folks, and I don't lie to you. I don't bullshit you, and I certainly haven't started now. So let's get this going. I've been accused of a lot of things. The last 72 hours, I've maybe gotten, 6-7 hours of sleep, Liv?
Yep.
Maybe.
Yep. We were up till, I think I finally passed out at 4 on Saturday. So.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting show. Time to put out the laundry. And you know what? I'm going to do this in the most succinct and fast way as possible. We'll stay on as late as we need to tonight. We will continue to have a show, but this needs to be addressed because there are a lot of people involved who've been affected by this person, and tonight we're done. No more playing games. I have the green light from all the people that matter who are involved with this show, and they said drop the nuke. Guess what? Here comes the nuke. We'll see you in 3 minutes.
Are you tired of being so confused? You feel like you're more fucked up than the lies on the evening news. Well, just step right in. We can talk about it all as friends. And if you want, we can hug and kiss and make up for the party ends. Agree or disagree, stop offering me. 'Cause I'm everything you want. Damn, show what you need. I won't tell no lies. Back up on the facts be true. And if you can't get down with that, you must be somebody's dad.
everyone. Good morning. Brandon from Still Point. Just wanted to give you guys an update on everything going on. Give a big hell yeah to Matt Spear from the Don't Unfriend Me show. The Barry Morgenstein photo shoot. There's Leroy. Look at him. Looking great. Olivia looking stunning as always. Look at there, baby. Rocking the lid. Barry has done photo shoots with kings, presidents, the Pope, rock and roll royalty, Jimi Hendrix. Come on now. It's so awesome that our music is finally catching on after all this time. And you know we're going to always keep on rocking in the free world, baby. Make sure you tune in to the Don't Unfriend Me show every weeknight at 7 p.m. EST. The new stuff is dropping on all platforms very soon. We got it uploaded now, but we're getting on the Spotify playlist. You know how you have to do that. So be on the lookout for that. Go download it. Go support Still Point, and go support the Don't Unfriend Me show. Matt, Leroy, Olivia, Amy, we love you guys. Ethan, baby, we love you. And we will see you all soon. We're getting everything ready, and it's going to be badass. We'll see you on the stage soon. Keep on rocking in the free world.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
Christine, don't leave either. For the people who haven't been on in a long time, and I know there's a bunch of you because you guys have all heard the rumors, and I know how this is like high school, and everybody's been talking to everybody, and trust me, it's all a part of the plan. I remember those days.
All part of the plan.
Remember that was one of our things, is that we used to say that, and we used to joke, and we used to make fun, and it was so fun and such a good time in our history. But it's all part of the plan, folks.
Yes.
Nothing that's happened over the last 72 hours has not been within my complete control. And Olivia, would you say I'm pissed, or would you like to try to describe where I'm at so people understand the version of me they're about to see?
Surprisingly, you're very calm, but you're determined. You're ready to do this and get it behind you and move on. Yeah. And never think about it again. Pretty much is where we're at.
Yeah, that's definitely where I'm at. And I know here let's preface this. Tonight's conversation that we're going to have is important to the show. And if you are just starting out with the show, or you're not, you're going to figure a lot out about us real quick. Is that we have grown in a fantastic community, a beautiful community. And it hasn't gone without its trials and tribulations. Sometimes it's been really good, and that's been my doing. And sometimes it's been really bad, and that's also been my doing. And sometimes it's bleh, and sometimes it's not, and it's up and down and all around. But I will tell you the one thing is that I wouldn't change a damn thing, because I believe that the users that we have are the most incredible people that we could possibly have. And even some of the people who no longer watch our show, I still have a fondness for, and I care for them greatly. That right now, this one, even Kyrie, I still have something for Kyrie. Even Washington, I had some sort of feelings for. Even the worst of the worst, I still have some place in my heart where reconciliation and forgiveness can take place. This will not happen with this person, because this person has personally tried to destroy my brand that I have spent 5 years cultivating, and more importantly, the last 40 years cultivating and trying to establish. So no more. And I will tell you, to get to this point, it takes so much stuff that you just have no earthly idea of how patient I am. Jeffrey Stiles, God bless you guys. No, Jeffrey, God bless you. And thank you for your help with that, man. That's awesome. We appreciate you. So we're going to get into this.
Before you do.
Yes, before I understand. Hold on, I'm almost done. Hey guys, we need to zoom in Mommy's camera. I need to, you do that.
Okay.
And then I'm going to come in and do this. So
okay.
You guys buckle up, because it's going to be It's going to be a bit, but trust me, you will understand. And the more you listen to it, the more you're going to be like, what in the name of Cthulhu took place? We need to hit your mom one more time. Not physically. Mom, put your camera behind your shoulder. Come on, get her on. There you go. Move the cup. Cup's killing you. Put it on your chest. There you go. Do it. Good boy. All right. Go ahead and do your thing, and then then we'll start World War III.
All right. So this is going to be quick, but I just wanted to, for all our prayer warriors out there, anytime any one of our listeners or viewers is going through a hard time, whether it be illness or whatever, like everyone to pray for them. Today it's for JD Stillwell. They have had to say goodbye to 3 dogs in the last couple of months. The last one, the two were 12 and 13. The two first were 12 and 13. So they lived a good life. The last one that just went this weekend, he was only 5 and he had an incurable cancer. So they had to say goodbye this weekend. So
JD, I'm so sorry about that.
And you know, his kids and his wife, you know, pets are family. So if you could just keep JD in your prayers, I would greatly appreciate it. I
can't even imagine. That's one of the reasons I didn't want to get a dog. So
I know.
JD, I love you. I'm sorry about that, and prayers to you and your family. And I hope it gets easier because, yeah, it sucks. It just sucks. Get a new dog right away. That's the trick. Okay. So time for disclosure. Some people are like, I don't know what this is about. That's fine. You don't have to. You do. Every one of you do. You just don't know, you know.
Exactly.
And that's why. So I want to separate some things. This is not the Amy who is here with us as a host. Joanne Townsend. Joanne, I want you to stick around, hon. You're gonna want to listen. $10.
Thank you much.
Yes, thank you, Joanne. We love you. So this is not the Amy who sits down. She's not our host. This is an Amy who is a very big part of the show. I will say it's not Amy Bordeaux. I will say it's not no other Amy's at all. And like I said, I know there's people here who are listening, who are friends of this person, who are like, screw Matt, screw Olivia, screw the dumb show. I'm glad you're here, because by the time you end this, if you have any, I don't expect you to be loyal to me, but if you have any loyalty for this person, I'll be shocked. Because there's something you need to understand about me. You can come at me, you can hate me, you can love me, we can agree, we can disagree, and you can even unfriend me. You are allowed to feel any way you want about me, but what you can't do is make up your own facts. You don't get to do that with me. Ever. And the moment you decide to do it, Tommy Cawthon, $5 for popcorn before the show really starts getting, yeah, you're going to need popcorn. Nobody. It's enough, Jeffrey. And we appreciate you. It's enough. $10, $5, $1, anything is fine. We always appreciate it. We always do. You'll find out why tonight. I want everyone to do me a favor, because I have prayed on this as a person who's new to this whole thing. And you can ask Olivia. I said yesterday afternoon, I'm really considering how I'm going to do this.
Yep.
And I'm really being considerate of how I want to do this. So what I'm going to do is make sure that photographs and last names are protected for everyone involved. That's the first thing. Names will be put out there, and you can put 2 + 2 is 4. I have some people who have done some things that they're not proud of, and I'm going to go ahead and explain their situation and why they have no reason to feel that way. Because people were used, people were cajoled, conned, and manipulated. Manipulated, not just from their spiritual sense or their loyalty, but from their pocketbooks too. And one thing you always need to do is that when somebody, and here's the thing, I'm coming in with a 14-point deficit right now. I'm coming out of halftime down 14-0. All these things have been said, and I really haven't addressed them. All these things because I've gotten advice from people I love and care for on this show, and also that person above and that person to my right, and have said, just let it go, just move on, be the bigger person. Well, those days are over. So when I say the following, this comes from a place of only to clear my name and the name of the people associated with this show. That's all I'm doing. And I will not try to hurt people, even though they want to hurt me. And I could. I mean, we could go into criminal history. We can go into background. We can, dude, driving record. You have no idea what I got. And I decided to be nice. And Timu Candace over there decided to go ahead and play these games. Timu Candace had the receipts and just had to show them. So where did this all start and what happened? I know you don't know what I'm talking about yet. So we're going to do it. Yep. Sherry Johnson, absolutely. Yep, I get into it with a lot of people, but it's never done to harm. But this is the story. And we are calling this, nice to see so many people on, Replacing Amy. And this is Replacing Amy. And yes, you might see that this looks like a movie. It is. I have to be creative in what I do. If I don't, I probably just would have went full nuclear to a point where I don't know if I would have recovered, because I was really pissed. Really pissed for quite a bit of time. And then I just realized that it's better just to solve the problem than and work the problem rather than just be upset about it. So here it is. Everyone can see that okay? Good.
Yes, anyone who just got here and is confused, it all will be revealed and you will understand.
Oh, yeah, and happy Columbus Day. Oh,
and it's Columbus Day. Yay.
And Dodie, please stay because you're a part of this. You don't know you're a part of this, but please stay and please listen, because I know you had a question about this and we're like, what is going on and who do I believe? So hang with us because you're a part of this too. And I'm glad so many people are here. Rob Jackson. All right. Replacing Amy. In a world fueled by jealousy, bound by betrayal, crippled by stubbornness, and exposed by receipts, one friendship crossed the line, one heart kept score, and one person's screenshots told the truth. Replacing Amy wasn't about love, it was about proof. Kevin Smith, please don't sue me. A little humor. Just a little bit. You guys remember the movie Chasing Amy? All right. Several years ago, there was a person named Amy. She was a viewer of The Dumb Show. She had worked on many different podcasts as a mod. Later found out and spoke to some of those people that those relationships didn't go over too well. Very similar things took place that I have experienced and other viewers have experienced in regards to her time on those podcasts. I never listened to those things. I don't really care about what people say. I tried to go ahead and base it off my interactions with people. So we moved on and we found a good friend for many years. Someone we absolutely cared about.
Yep.
She had worked on those podcasts, and we felt that it would be a good time for her to be a part of our show when she had volunteered to help The Dumb Show. She moved up to lead mod, and these aren't employable positions because honestly, the workload is you watch the show and you literally monitor the trolls. That's it. She was never promised money or employment of any kind, even though we did give her money, quite considerable amounts of money. And as far as we were concerned, was somebody who was a good friend. And we had talked about, if we get to that next level, how could we incorporate and help her in the show? And whether that was doing research or possibly even getting on the show or having a portion of it or something, just whatever we could, because we felt that she was a good addition. With this, thank you for the donation, whoever it is. JD donated $20. What does it say? I can't see it. Never mind. We appreciate your kindness and prayers, begging his wife for a new pup as we speak. Begging the wife. Good. Let me know. Sorry for the brightness. After some time, things got rough for Amy. She lost her husband. And our relationship kind of went into a spiral when she came on the show. And something happened. I was tired. I made a mistake. And I think I said something about you and your husband. I hope you're okay, or something gets better. Sean, thank you for subscribing. And she says, oh, well, my husband's dead. And made a flippant remark. And of course, that hurt me terribly. And I'm sure it hurt her. But I made a mistake. And I mixed up two people. And I do that often. But ever since then, and it was going downhill tremendously. But that was something that we all felt in the show and have tried to support in any way that we can to fill that gap that she lost. Her job was going nowhere, and she needed advice and help. And we spoke quite a few times on her custodial position, and she was frustrated that she was not getting promoted. So I worked and helped her with her resume and helped polish it and focused on some interview questions on what to say and how to say it to help with the job. She did not wind up getting it at the time. We helped with money, even an open invitation to stay with us if needed. There's a text right here, and I'll read these so you guys can see it. I hate to ask, but you said if I need help to ask, I could really use a fundraiser. I have to pay my electric bill. $250 should do it. Do you think we could ask the dumb nation to help me out? I wouldn't ask if I wasn't desperate. I didn't say anything. I just gave it to her. And she replied back to me the same day, and I got it 2 minutes after I got it. She got the money. And several other donations, some that were done by Kevin Bernard, where I grossed up all the taxes. Taxes for donations in our business, if you're not a 501c3, are 40% taxes. So anytime she received a donation through the Dumb Show, we paid all the taxes, right?
Yep.
Every penny. So over here to this side is another one from a guy named Kevin, who helped facilitate a fundraiser, another one, and then we also did it for several other people, and we just grossed up the taxes. And then down here in this corner is stock. Sorry about that. Let me go back. For $10,000 in shares to Wimkin. When I was negotiating my contract with Wimkin, Jason can attest to this, I stopped. And I said, I really appreciate the stock for my wife and for me and Leroy and Amy, and it means a great deal. And I know that's a lot of money, $40,000 in stock to these people. I would just be remiss if I didn't ask for the same for Amy Stamcombe, who has been a lead moderator. And although not a full-time employee, we feel her fentanyl story would do really well for you. And if you could see it in your heart to help her, we'd appreciate it. And we did. And we announced this to the entire show and presented these stocks to her. And she still has them and covets them, mind you, as how important they are. And probably what started most of this. Then one night, things went sideways for Amy. We received word that she was saying things behind our backs. There was a large amount of jealous comments about money and frustration over her own position of working multiple jobs. We had found out that she got involved with a new church group, and many people were sending us information saying that she was doing a lot of things that were not appropriate as far as interactions based on the show. Members were leaving. They were upset because they felt she was trying to drive wedges between everybody. The mods were leaving and dropping. Later, some of these people she's befriended with lies blamed us. She was argumentative, left our mod chat several times, spoke ill of mods, often even brought negativity from other shows on Wimkin with her behavior. A guy named Mike, who was a veteran friend of ours, we had some disagreements on him talking about marijuana and cars and distracting the chat from having interaction with the show. And she decided that it was best to ban him and did, and then blamed me for it. There's a lot of stories like that where we lost great people because of it. Lastly, a simple argument on a traffic stop during the show went into an unhinged tirade. Most of you heard it on here as she screamed and yelled. It said she was jealous and completely lost her marbles on the show. I was very calm until the very end when she started cussing, and then I let her have it. One of the comments we received, I have hundreds of texts from people. And I have hundreds of texts of private conversations that Amy sent me on viewers that were in confidence, and she sent me, and almost like a narc, pretty much anything that was said, she sent, and I never asked for these things. I never asked for viewers' opinions, but she would send them nonetheless. And I found myself getting involved in things that I did not want to be involved in. I can't tell you how many times I went into mod chat, Olivia, and said, enough. I can't stand this anymore. I don't want this. My viewers don't want this. Stop attacking viewers. Stop doing the high school drama. How many times did you say that took place?
A lot, until I finally put my foot down one night.
Here's what was said. Matt, I refrained from saying something for a long time, but blank is not a nice person at times. There's a reason her life is as it is. You're accomplishing great things. People like her lower the bar. I'd cut her loose. Her behavior was uncalled for. It was rude, jealous, and insubordinate. Sorry, but I've been watching since 2020 with all the trolls and confrontations that you've had to deal with. And there it is. Since she is totally whacked, only one using people was her. Guess her minor mirror only looks one way. Spreading shit was her, and she got called out, no loss. After that, it was more of the same from Amy, and I received these texts, but I still stood by her. I still didn't say anything. I never mentioned any of this. I left it alone because I know she was going through some hard times. We knew she was trying to turn viewers on us and creating I hate the dumb show groups where she would invite past viewers to come in and talk hell about us. And a lot of loyal fans who she tried to recruit came in there and told us what was happening. And we've been collecting this the whole time and listening. She questioned my military record, her and a few others, and said I didn't do what I said I did in the service. One great listener of ours, I'm not going to mention her name, who I love and respect tremendously. We had to get on the phone because we literally went after each other's throats because I knew she was in this group. And we finally talked about it and found out what she was doing. I can't tell you how many viewers I've contacted and called, and I've had to repair relationships, 3 in the last 3 days alone, to say, listen, whatever it takes, here's the situation. This is what happened. And if you think this is bad yet, it's not, because this is going to get so freaking worse, because this isn't petty bullshit. This is serious doxing and libel and slander. And you're about to see the teeth of this thing right now, because anything else is just high school drama, and that's why we didn't say anything. But I'm pulling out all the stops. She questioned my college. She questioned my workplace. Became an absolute obsession. Then the lie became public, and she accused me of using drugs again, which we will show you my drug test that I had to take in order to prove her a liar. And remember what I've always said: if person lies one time, then you just start pulling the strings. Told everybody that I was a drug addict. Told everyone that I was back taking pharmaceutical drugs and other drugs. Lied. And we'll solve that in a second. Here's the text. And remember, this is absolutely unprovoked. We haven't mentioned her, minus a few under the breath type things. And it says this was a few days ago. I found out some interesting information yesterday. The plot thickens. Can't wait to see what happens next. A show I used to watch and am no longer affiliated with is flat out lying to the viewers. I saw the evidence. I saw the receipts. I have the screenshots of what really happened. This person is gaslighting the followers and is vindictive. This person is not the victim, but the perpetrator and the aggressor. I can't wait until the shoe is on the other foot. P.S. I've been associated with more than one show. Several, actually, so don't make assumptions. That is her comment. And now the shoe, you put it on the other foot. Now I'm going to shove it down your throat. You tried. I'll give you that. I told you to bring receipts, and you had them. You just don't know what you had. And now you're going to find out. Accusations were made. And the receipts conversation, housekeeping, came out. And this was the receipts. I went on the show and I said, I'm done. This was what, Friday night? Yeah, Friday night I came out and said, I'm done. I'm not playing this game anymore. This shit's going to knock off. Post whatever receipts you got. Well, she did. And here they are. I'm going to put on my glasses. We challenged her comments on the show last week, and we had enough. The lies, the constant backbiting. We challenged her, and she delivered, of course. We wanted to expose her for who she really was. I didn't know if she was going to. Guys, I really didn't think she would. Although I knew sort of what she had, I didn't know if she would use it. And I was hoping she would, because it was just literally walking right into a trap. So I could expose her. Here's what the text string said. She posted a private conversation between the CEO of Wimkin and her. And she reached out. I'll show you what she said to him in a second, but this is what she posted. That is a promise from me. I have no idea what Matt is doing. It costs us some $350K for IPO attorneys. Those are going public stock attorneys. And we asked him to just wait a bit for payment. And now he's apparently calling the FBI on us when we paid him over $50,000, saying I'm embezzling funds. Pretty sure we kept them afloat for an entire year, but hey, Matt is Matt. I don't know what to say. It breaks my heart. I love that guy. And the truth is, I love Jason too, and I still do. I may have disagreed with some of the things that I didn't understand about the company, but Jason and I have worked all that out. We've also worked out this text. Now, should we be upset that she just released a text? No. She can release that. I mean, that's her choice, but that's not what she did. She decided to release all of my personal banking records and took all the payments that I had from Wimkin with my personal information on it and doxed me. She released all my personal banking records, and as a stockholder, Jason felt because of the things that she said that he had to protect himself. And I don't have any ill regard towards Jason at all, or anyone else, so I'm going to be mentioning this. Jason did what he had to do because guess what, folks? Jason and I haven't talked in like 4.5 months. He didn't know I was gone. This whole story is so freaking huge that she scratched the surface, not even remotely understanding of what she actually helped Jason and I uncover, because this is bad. This is like Jason was going to come on. He was going to write a letter. And honestly, I'm just going to do this because we're putting this thing to bed. But that's what she did. Posted my personal banking information, posted that private conversation between her and Jason, and doxed me. Straight up. So let's address each one of the accusations. We have $50,000 paid. Well, the great thing is I've told you what I make from Wimkin and what I made every month. I've always disclosed it. I've told you what I've made. I've never hid it. I've walked through everybody what my income is on this show, and I've always been transparent. And why do you do that? So when someone does this, the truth is already out there. We're not even done. If you guys think this is bad, just wait. It's going to get 1,000 times worse. She has no idea what she did. She has opened herself up that if I want to get a lawyer, and if I was that type of person, which I'm not, and she's lucky, because I would own her entire life, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to publicly let everyone know what happened with a person's first name, so there is no repercussions on anybody except the truth and what people know. Here's the rest. Let's address the video. Let's address what I said that night. Because remember, this is what happened after. We'll come back to the video. This is the email she sent to Jason. Sorry. Why won't it play? Libby. Okay, hold on. Oh, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Oh, stupid thing. Oh, no. Liv?
Yeah.
What's happening?
I have no idea. I don't know how to work it. I wish I did.
I'm going to close that. And we're just going to close it and reopen. Could you make sure the AC is cranked, please?
Yeah, it's probably going to turn on because it's cold. We can't turn it on right now.
Okay, so here's the deal. Okay. So she had taken a message from a good friend of ours. So this is somebody who watches the show, and I will not be disclosing their name. And cut these messages to make it sound like I said these things personally and didn't include all of the context of the person's conversation, where we're going to call this person D. D said, but I want to reiterate, Matt didn't say these things. This was my research. Amy knew that. And Amy used Dee's information that she sent her in a private concern of her stocks and sent it to Jason to make it sound like I was saying these things live on the show. She accused me of doing drugs, like I said, even though everyone knows who speaks to her knows that she is projecting. And every single person who I've talked to in this thing has all said the same thing. Amy's using. Without any doubt, without any equivocation. I have proof that I'm not. Let's see if she takes the Pepsi challenge after this. This is the letter she sent to Jason behind everybody's back. And it says, I hate bothering you, Mr. Blank. I know you're an extremely busy man. Someone has brought it to my attention that Matt Spear and Wimkin have severed ties with each other. I wasn't aware of what happened or why it happened. It's not my business. The word, and this is after the thing she's posted. The word is that he broke the contract because of your database report evil. I fully support the idea. The same person also said that you have past felonies, which I also don't care about. You stood up for your platform users, and that's admirable. I'm writing you today because it's been suggested that my stocks are no longer valid. I have not been a part of that show for a few months. I started seeing things. I didn't agree with it and left. No, you didn't leave. We let you go. I started seeing things. Is this true that I have to sell my stocks? I support you in your efforts to dox those evil, vile people. And I want to continue being a part of Wimkin. Thank you for your time. I know it's valuable. Florida, hang tight. You're going to find out. So now you've got someone who's openly saying they're okay with doxing, encourages it, and this is the type of person we're dealing with. These are the texts. Now, the timeline is important. That was sent before her post accusing me of all of those things, where she said, oh, I've got the receipts, I've got the goods. And it was before she posted my personal bank records. And I get an email from one of our listeners that says, oh my God, Matt, I don't agree with this. This is completely ridiculous. This person is doxing you. They're putting your personal information out there. They're putting your bank records out there. They're saying you're on drugs. They're saying this. They're saying that. They're completely slandering you. I am not okay with this. Here's the post. Then at that exact moment, and this is at like 1 a.m, and Olivia and I are watching a game of hockey, I get this. It says, are you still up? Is it too late for a phone call? And I say, what's up? It says, I feel bad and need to chat for a minute. It's not a big deal and can wait. I just need to apologize. And I said, for what? I would rather say it in person, but I can type it if you prefer. Now, I want to be really clear because this is important to me. There's this person who did this, and I guarantee some of you, most of you know, did nothing wrong. Now, she may have been tiffed at me a little bit. She may have had disagreed with me in the past, and she loved Olivia, and she loves the show, but I can be too much to bear sometimes. And that's, I don't care. I don't control anybody's opinion. What you think about me is your business. It's none of mine. And if Debbie was tiffed at me a little bit, fine. Doesn't matter. But what they didn't do was try to hurt me. And that's really important to me. And I spoke to her on the phone an hour or so before this, and we had a long conversation. And I said, if you don't want me to go forward, just tell me. I'll do it without it. Even though this is probably the linchpin in the whole thing, I'll do what you tell me. And she said, no, go. I just don't want you two mad at me. And there's no reason because she didn't do anything wrong. Here's the comments. It says, not sure if you know this, but thought you might want to know. Matt severed ties with Wimkin. Hope that did not affect your stocks. Then Amy says, he did? You're the second person to tell me that. When did that happen? And it shouldn't. They were given to me by Jace. How did you hear about it? I wasn't sure if your stocks were tied to Matt's commitment to Wimkin. Sometimes when stocks are tied to employment, that employment ends, you only have a certain amount of time to cash them in or lose them. And I wanted you aware. Thank you for subscribing, Maddie. Have time to cash them in or lose them. And I wanted you to do something, blah, blah, blah. It happened maybe a week ago. Matt severed ties because he does not agree with doxing. Website Jace started, and evidently Jace has some convictions on his record, something, and he thinks he had to pay something, and Matt announced it on the podcast, which I did not. Anything of the sort. Anything of the sort. And I've got both clips to show you. I never mentioned any of those things. And we're going to go through the clips right now, and I'm going to show you. It does says, Matt announced it because he is no longer getting paid by Wimkin and therefore needs donations. I didn't say that either. In fact, I said the opposite. I'm going to show you that video because I said I'm not going to raise donations. We're going to keep it the same, and we're just going to go ahead and put up a timer and a clock. That's what I said. After what Matt did to Blank, I ended my gold membership, and after you, I only listen sporadically, not a supporter anymore, but I do listen from time to time. That's how I heard it. Now, there are other messages in there, but they weren't included. And in fact, Amy went through the chat and deleted them. So D can't send them to us, where she said and retracted and said, wait a second, I want you to understand I may have said something wrong. Matt didn't say these things. This was me researching, and I found out about them, but Amy deleted like 5 or 6 of those conversations. She does that often. I have plenty of evidence that I can show anyone where she's went through all of my old chats and deleted things. Luckily, I recorded all of them. And I'm not breaking those out tonight. And I'm not going to sit there and ruin her relationships with other people. But I will tell you, if you think she's your friend, you better watch your 6. Because if she does it to me, what will she do to you? Then she sent this. This was on YouTube, out of the blue. This guy is unhinged. He's yelling at someone because she's telling the truth, threatened to ban her from the show because he doesn't want to hear the truth. He doesn't want to hurt anyone's feelings while he's constantly hurting other people's feelings. He's changed recently and not for the better. He used to care about the truth regardless of feelings. Now God, there's so many feelings involved. I'm sure she might be a liberal. He used to care about the truth regardless of the feelings. Now he's chasing likes and followers and clout. He has compromised his integrity. Don't take anything I say personally while taking everything anyone says personally. He's a hypocrite. Then another person came in and said, nope, she deleted it. I looked all the way back to October 3rd. She's concerned for her Wimkin money because they sent a private text to that person, which I'm not going to show, and said that I just want my money. I just want my money. I want my money. So she's concerned now. So here is the next thing. So now all this is happening and she's getting word that Jason and I are talking. So let's do that. Let's do that conversation because that's really important. Because this is where we find out who shot JR. This is where everything unfolds. And it's like, what? Olivia and I were sitting there like we should write a movie on this. Write a movie on this. That is how bad it's going to get. So this is what happens. Once I get that from D apologizing, and once I get that from another person who told me she posted that, I decide to call Jason because I don't know anything yet. D apologized, but I haven't seen those texts. I don't know anything. I haven't talked to Jason in 4.5 months. We just don't talk. Occasionally, like, hey, how's this? But we haven't talked since the set rebuild. He didn't know I was fired. He had no clue. This is what happened in the chain of events. Listen here. Emma donated $2 for Super Chat. Thank you, Emma.
Thank you.
This is what happened. I called Jason and I'm texting him. Call me, buddy. Call me. Come on, let's have a conversation. And he's like, all right, maybe. His mom's in the hospital, deathly ill. And he's on the phone with me and he calls and we start feeling each other out. And I said, bro, what you're telling me isn't jiving. I just saw this thing from Amy. What are you talking about? I called the FBI. What are you talking about that I said embezzlement with you? I never said any of those things. And I'm going to show you now, and then I'm going to tell you what Jason and I talked about. I know it's a lot, but I told you I'm thorough. Here's the video. Watch this. Housekeeping. Listen, who would we be if we abandon our partners when things are rough? Liv?
We wouldn't be true to our word and true to us.
No, we're not. So listen, I know, Matt, she just like kind of stomped on him and ground her heel, didn't she? It's okay. Listen, our good friends over at Wimkin, they're doing a lot, and they have been treated really poorly by the Senate Oversight Committee and Washington and the banking system and everything else. If you have not had a chance, go over to wimkin.com, sign up. It is a social media site. They sponsor the show, and they're going to continue sponsoring the show. And they call, which is the Wimkin logo, and it's housekeeping. Listen, Senate Oversight Committee in Washington. Listen, our good friends over at Wimkin, they're doing a lot, and they have been treated really poorly by the Senate Oversight Committee in Washington and the banking system and everything else. If you have not had a chance, go over to wimkin.com, sign up. It is a social media site. They sponsor the show, and they're going to continue sponsoring the show. And they called today, and I would be, listen, I thought about not saying a thing and just continuing, but I can't do it. And whether this gets me in trouble with them or not, I really don't care. These people have helped us and paid us and taken care of us when we were down and we couldn't even afford groceries. And because it was just COVID sucked and our lives had changed, and they stood by us. And we're going to do the same for them. And they're struggling right now, and they're going public with their stock options, and they're trying to fund this, and they have a choice to make. I mean, these guys haven't even paid themselves salaries yet. They're paying Olivia and I, and they were going to ask and just say, unfortunately, we couldn't stay on with them. And we said, forget it. We'll take a pay cut. And we did. We took a 66% decrease and said, pay us what you can. And when you guys rebound, let us know. But for now, we're good. So we thought about it. We thought about, asking more for our gold to fill the gap, and we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. It's not that dire for us to put this on other people. But what we are going to ask is that we're just going to give you guys a reminder. If it's okay, at 8:30, you'll see this pop up. And this just simply says, time to hit goal. And it's going to do a countdown for about 30 minutes. And it's going to let you know, hey, we're getting close on time here, and we got to hit this goal. And we think it's a nice way just to remind everybody and let them know that we're in overtime and we haven't hit it yet, and we need some help. So there's your video of me blaming Wimkin and hating Wimkin and abandoning Wimkin. All lies. And fundraising off of it, all lies. We said we would be fine. We just needed to hit that 300. That was where we were. So everyone knows who's watched the show for more than 5 minutes, we're making $3,000 a month from Wimkin. That's what we were making. And we were going down to 1,000, 500 every 2 weeks. And we didn't ask for an extra dime. It's a complete lie. It's right there. The next video is going to talk about where we separated with Wimkin because things happened that you don't know about. And she doesn't know about. Because she's a liar. That's what liars do. They make it up as they go along. So we're going to uncover that too. I'm going to tell you all about it. First thing I'm going to say is there's also a beautiful person named Angel who I love. And I love a lot of people. And there's many people who are no longer with our show who are victims of this. And those people, you can call me. We can have a talk. And you can find out if I own it or I don't. If I own it, I'll apologize. And if I don't, I won't. But Angel was a victim of this because there was groups of people who were sucked in Miami. We didn't know who we could trust. And she was reported as being a part of that group. She was a victim of it. So when she came on and made the comment about Catholics, I got upset and I told her to stop. Well, we've talked. We've had a conversation. And now she knows, and she sat there and she's like, oh my God. She heard this whole story. And what was she saying on the phone? Oh my gosh. I can't, oh my gosh. And we have come to a good place. And what did she do? She tried to reach out to Amy and tell Amy. You know what Amy said? Now you're against me too, huh? Wait till you see what Amy said about her friends. Wait till you see the way she destroyed them too. This woman is sick. So for Angel, I apologize for assuming something, and I was wrong. I didn't like the Catholic Christian comment. That was wrong. You know why I felt that, but I understand how you're saying it now that we had a conversation. So it was wrong at the time for me to jump down your throat that way, but I am sorry that I didn't give you a chance to explain as good of a friend as you are, but we didn't know who to trust. And we were going through it when you got involved. Here is this. Here's the next conversation. And this is when Damani was on with Leroy. And this is when we stopped. I want you to listen to the level of professionalism in here and tell me if you heard any of those things supposedly that I said about Jason. Listen. Which is the Wimkin logo, and it's no longer on our show. And I want to address it because there's been some questions, and I feel it's necessary. Nobody is asking me to do this. Nobody has told me to do this. I'm doing this because I've been transparent with you guys for 5 years, whether when we're raising money or when we're doing the build or, whatever. It's always as honest as I can be. So I'm going to read this and then we're going to move on. Approximately 3 years ago, we were approached with the opportunity to join the Wimkin network and we declined. We just weren't comfortable yet. We didn't want to get that big and we've kind of slowed our roll a little bit. We didn't feel that we could provide a quality of content that deserved to be sponsored. And then plus we wanted to vet and search through a good partner for our show.
Jamie, just
for the
listen
past
in.
16 months, Wimkin has served as a sponsor, providing monthly payments for us to broadcast on their platform and to assist in expanding our social media presence within their network. And like most, they were considered a gold sponsor, number one sponsor. We put them in the corner and talk about them constantly and try to bring the networks closer together. On occasion, we also participated in the fentanyl awareness episodes where we shared personal experiences related to struggles with pharmaceutical addiction following multiple surgeries. For myself, I would share these stories and anecdotal stories. These appearances were made voluntarily to demonstrate support for raising awareness. At no time were any of those stories or content paid for, nor have our opinions ever been influenced by external parties. Our voice has always will, and has remained independent and authentic. At this time, we have formally separated our relationship with Wimkin and Jason Shepard, CEO. While we wish them well in their future endeavors, our decision is based on a current business conflict in which we do not wish to be involved with, as well as past history recently discovered that we are not comfortable being associated with any longer. Our commitment remains to our audiences, to transparency, and to producing content that is genuine and free of outside influence, and we will continue to do so. That's pretty much all I'm going to say about that. You have the internet. You can figure out the rest. But we will be broadcasting to Wimkin until the 5 more days. And so there it is. Truth comes out. Nothing remotely even close. In fact, Dee was in chat and was looking at the internet and exposing some of the things. And I told her to stop and said, this isn't the time or place. And I'm not going to be involved in this. And I'm not going to trash anybody. This is not what we do here. If you want to go look it up, but I'm not going to sit here and talk about it. In no time did I disparage Wimkin. In no time did I disparage Jason. It was a business conflict where we decided to part ways. Now, let's hear the real truth. What happened with Wimkin? This is the most ridiculous thing that I have to expose. And unfortunately, I want you to understand something, that I don't care what Jason did in the past. I only care about that my show doesn't get splattered with things that could be considered bad and wrong. And the decision that I saw happening and the news articles, I made an assumption, and Jason didn't contact me and I didn't contact him, and decisions were made without either of us. And I've got those receipts too. And he will say it. So here's the timeline of events, and Olivia was here for all of it. She heard every conversation because I made sure she was there to be a witness. We received a phone call from someone named John. John was the CFO of Wimkin, Chief Financial Officer. He controlled all the books and all the numbers. He started handling our contract and our money and would make the payments to us. At some point, I turned it over about 9 months ago to Olivia because she was handling the financial stuff and more of the admin stuff of the show. Right or wrong?
Correct.
Okay. John reached out to her and would talk to her. One day, Olivia gets a phone call. Olivia, please walk us through the call.
The phone call.
Angela, this is not a misunderstanding in any way, shape, or form. This is vindictive, and it's not. Because I'm going to show you why. Go ahead, Liv.
So I got a phone call from John, and I was working, so of course I couldn't answer it. And he left a voicemail. So I called back on my way home from work. He didn't answer, so I left a voicemail. He called back like 5 minutes later, and the pleasantries, hi, how are you, blah blah blah. What's up? And he's like, we can no longer pay you. And I said, stop. My husband needs me involved in this conversation. I said, I will call you back when he's on the phone when I get home the next 10 minutes. And he's like, okay. We hung up.
Thanks. So then I call And it was, rate the conversation based on my normal level of intensity in a conversation like that. How was I? Was it stormy seas and water over the bow? Was it calm and glass? How was I?
You were calm.
Okay. So completely calm. What can we do to help? How can we help you? What can we do? Everything I said in the first video. And then he said, we just can't afford you anymore. We said, thank you. If there's any time in the pens, we'll talk about what that looks like. We're not sure. And the first thing in my head was, why didn't Jason call me? Because he recruited me for almost 2 years. But I didn't think, I just said, forget it. Maybe Jason's embarrassed. Maybe Jason doesn't want to say it. I don't care. They've been great to us. So we hang up the phone. I look at Olivia and I say, let's call him back. Let's see if we can do it for a quarter of it, a 10%, even $20 a month. And we'll stay on Wimkin because they stayed with us. Mm-hmm. Right or wrong?
Yep.
We called John. John goes, oh, that sounds like a good idea. Let me see. I'll call Jason. He didn't call Jason. He simply said it was okay at 66% of a reduced price, did not notify Jason in any way, shape, or form. We later found out no information was conveyed to Jason. Jason had no idea. All he found out and was asked was John was supposed to go ahead and decrease payroll of all the people on the shows because Wimkin was going through their IPO. He decided to fire us instead of negotiate or whatever, like Jason said. So he then called Jason and said, hey, I worked out this great deal with Matt, which wasn't his idea, it was ours. Lie number one. Lie number two, at the end of the conversation, John says to me, hey, Jason says it's okay, but you need to get more people subscribing on Wimkin. And I'm like, whoa, wait a second, stop. This is where I wasn't okay. And I was like, is this a conversation that you need money in the IPO, or is this a performance conversation that we're not doing our jobs and that's why we're being discounted? Can you let me know which one it is? And he goes, I made a mistake. I apologize. Jason didn't say that. And I said, Jason didn't say that. You just said Jason said that. Maybe I should call Jason. And he got nervous. Whoa, no, it's okay. Listen, everything's fine. Jason's super busy right now. Everything's under control. We'll get you your $500 every 2 weeks. That's what happened. Now, let's fast forward. Let's fast forward to Jason and I's conversation. And I'm going to cut out a lot because this was a 4.5 hour conversation when he was literally on his mother's deathbed. And he decides to call me. If you have not signed up for Wimkin, please sign up. And whether we go back with Wimkin or not, probably are not going to. But that doesn't mean that I had any animosity towards Jason. I did not like cancelthehate.com. It bothered me. And when I started looking into it, I uncovered all the stuff that other people saw, and I had questions. I got scared because I don't like doxing, and I know how it's a penalty well beyond the pale now with the federal government. So I went to Tammy's Diner, as I always do, and I talked to a friend at the State Department. And me and a friend sat down with a friend of mine who they were there. And we started talking about the weather. We started talking about the shooter of Charlie Kirk, started talking about all sorts of stuff. And then I said, hey, I have a question. When it comes to databases and doxings and things like that, if I'm working for a parent company and they do those things, can I be held accountable for that? And can I get in trouble for that? And he goes, you know what? I don't know. I don't handle that part of cyber division and crimes division. I'm in the State Department. I run something completely different. He's like, but I got a buddy who can call you and talk to you. And I said, great. Thanks so much. And we sat down. We moved on to the next topic. The next day, I receive a door knock at my door. There's a gentleman in Levi's and a polo, normal looking guy, mid-40s. And of course, I'm trepidatious. I'm armed, as I always am, answering my door. And I crack it open a little bit. And I say, hi, how are you? And this guy's like, hey, man, I know you don't know me, but I know your friend at the State Department. We're good buddies. And we were talking, and he called and said, you had some questions. I literally live right over there in those properties. And I didn't know we were neighbors. I thought I'd come over and say hi. And I thought I would answer your question if you had one. We just get to know each other and say hi. That was it. And I'm like, dude, let me see your ID. He showed me his ID. And most assuredly, FBI. And I said to him, wow, that's awesome, man. Cool. What do you want to talk about? He's like, well, no, he said you had questions and stuff. And I wanted, my kids, your kids, they're all the same age. We live right over there. And I said, I'll walk over there. He's right there. And we met and we talked for probably 15 minutes. He answered 2 questions about cancel the hate. And he's like, no, man, this is a nothing burger. You're not involved in that. No matter what, everything's good. And anyway, where do your kids go to school? And that was it. And then he shook hands and we walked away. I told him about the show and that was it. It was a friendly neighbor conversation that nobody knew about. So here's where the plot thickens. Kind of freaked me out though. Not going to lie to you. So I call John and I say, John, and I'm mad. What the fuck is going on? Why is the FBI at my door? You know, because even though I put it together, it still was weird. I want to know about, because I said I wasn't going to call and I was just going to let this go, but I couldn't after that. I said, what is going on with the past? What is going on with Cancel Hate? What is happening? Blah, blah. And John goes, I don't know anything about this. I don't know what you're talking about. This is all new. I've got to sit down. My entire life savings is invested in this company and I am scared. And I'm like, so I switched gears. I'm like, dude, listen, I don't know what's going on either. All I know is that I had to get out of this. I'm leaving and I don't want to be involved in this drama because all of this sounds really, really weird and I don't understand it. Newspapers are writing things. I'm like, where's Jason? Why aren't you talking to him? Why isn't he involved in this conversation, dude? He's your CEO. Don't you think you should tell him? He then calls the attorney of the company.
Well, before that, you told him, do not mention my name.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Thank
you. You were there. I said to him, keep my name out of this. I'm done with this crap. I wish Jason the best. I wish you guys the best, but you guys need to figure this out. And whatever it is, Jason doesn't know anything about it. I'm done. Leave me out. I'm no longer an employee. So then what does John do? And he promised me, he said, I won't tell anybody. This is between you and me. Thank you for telling me. Thank you for letting me know. I have a lot to think about. About 10 minutes later, I get a call from an attorney who's the CEO or the Wimpkins attorney. And he says, hey, blah, blah, blah. This is blah, blah, blah from blah, blah, blah. And I'm calling you to have a conversation about blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what? I'm like, well, John just backstabbed us. That's lie number 3. Liv, what do you do? She's like, just call him and figure it out. So I called him. And this guy rubbed me the wrong way. And by that time, I was already done. Like, I'm pissed at this point. But I wasn't super pissed.
Typical lawyer.
I was matter of fact. And I don't like lawyers because I don't like their pretentious elitist attitude. So he started trying to push me. I even told Jason this. If I could redo anything, I probably would just like rekindle that relationship and say I'm sorry and answer his question. But he's like, okay, great. Well, was there an investigation? No. And he wouldn't let me explain. Every time I tried to explain what happened, like I just did to you, he goes, hey, what's his name? And I said, whoop, now we stop. Because I'm not getting my friend and my friend's friend in trouble for doing anything that just took place. And I said, listen, I'm under no obligation to tell you anything. At this point, you need to consult your client. I'm out of this. I'm not involved. This is a personal conversation. It had nothing to do with your company. It had to do with protecting me. I called my lawyer. I'm not going to tell you his name or tell you what we said either. I'm done. Leave me alone. We're done. And he kept asking and kept pushing and pushing. Finally, dude, I know my rights. I'm not telling you anything. He doesn't like me very much. Now, here is where everything comes together. Now, listen to me, because this is where the whole world flips. Now, let's zoom back to the time where J and D call me and say, I just want to apologize. And then that person writes me that and apologizes and says the following: I sent things to Amy and she took those and lied about you to Wimkin, and I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry and I get confused and I didn't mean to do that. I may have been upset at you for a couple little things that happened, but that's just me and you, and I didn't mean to do those things. And then I get a hold of Jason and we start comparing notes. Here's what we found. Buckle up, because it's about to get better. This is a message to John, and it says long call. And while Jason and I are talking, let me scoot back. While Jason and I are uncovering things like John never talked to him, and I said I was fired. He's like, you weren't fired. What do you mean you were fired? You stayed with us. You took a pay decrease. I'm like, no, I didn't. He's like, Matt, you called the FBI on us. I'm like, no, I fucking didn't. What are you talking about? I told John that the FBI was me checking in with a friend from the State Department. He's a neighbor, and he came over and talked to me. It's like if I talk to a lawn guy and you're my lawn guy, that I'm cheating on you because he does lawns. I mean, this is Washington, D.C., Virginia. Everybody works for the government here. He's like, yeah, but you said I embezzled money. I said, no, I did not. Nowhere can you show me that. There's nowhere did I say those things. No. And Jason and I are starting to talk, and he's like, oh my God. And you could tell that he's like, let's get John on the phone. I'm like, do it right now. 2 a.m. Let's go. Because you know me, I'm not afraid. Told the truth. So we call John. And John lies his ass off. Olivia was there. She heard the whole thing. Lied his ass off. Then we get this text. Now here's your proof. Here's your proof. Says right here, call dropped. John, I kind of believe Matt Spear. This is before Jason said that he believed anything I was saying. I have the transcripts of the call, 4.5 hours. Jason recorded our call. Jason hadn't told me he was 100% believing me yet. But Jason went to bat with me, with a lawyer, with John, and everything. Then this was sent. He says, oh, and thank you, brother. Oh, I can't read that green. Don't turn the brightness. And I said, not perfect. I should have called you directly when I knew something was wrong. No, dude. Thank you for talking it out. I will have to address Amy and the text string she posted. How should I handle that in your opinion? He says, I didn't even know any of this happened. And I said, I believe that. And he goes, tell John he gave both of us bad information and that you're back on Wimkin. Let me see if I can somehow restore all your data. I said, done. He says, give me a bit to dig into the database to restore your shows. I'm honestly not sure I can, thanks. And I said, we will figure it out. Then I get a text Saturday night, and it says, John is no longer with Wimkin, FYI. I do not play games. Now, this is when the shit hit the fan. Because people who I trust are going to that person and saying, you done fucked up. You doxed Matt. You lied about Matt. You slandered Matt. You told people he was on drugs. You told him he called the FBI. You told him all of these horrible things. You posted it openly on Facebook. You've stalked his profiles. You've created hate groups against him. You've turned viewers against him. And started warning her. And then she wrote this about all of you. And it says, she deleted the text she sent to me because she got scared. The one she put on her page, she deleted it. Everyone went and checked. She deleted it. If she was right, why did she delete it? If she was virtuous in her endeavors, why did she delete her text? Nothing has been deleted by me. Everything is there. I don't delete anything. Everything is there for anyone, same bat time, same bat channel to peruse and dive into. All you got to do is pick it up and do it. Hold on, don't put it in. I got to recycle the window. Mm-hmm. So here's what she wrote about all of you. And it says the following. All I wanted was the answer to my question. All she wanted was the answer to her question. Next thing I know, people are talking shit about me, spreading lies and trying to discredit me. I don't want to be in the middle of this dick measuring contest. I was used and manipulated for information. People pretending to be kind and caring just to stab me in the back. Be wary of people being nice to you because there could be a hidden motivation behind it. I'm not going to let it break me from faith in the Lord. Jesus tells me not to hate, but that's really hard to do. Leaning on my Bible harder now than ever. These demon-possessed people need to leave me alone. I will not give in to temptation again. I was at a weak point in my life and people took advantage of it. Not anymore. Putting on my full armor of God against these fake Christians. I apologize to those who I unfriended, but it was to protect myself from peeping eyes working for these monsters. I don't know who I can trust anymore. I'm sorry I hurt anyone in the process. It wasn't intentional. I will not be discussing this topic anymore. Have a blessed day. Study the Bible, not just read it. And remember that Jesus is the life, the truth, and the way. You've got some fucking nerve. You've got some nerve. You've got some nerve. Who the heck do you think you are telling people who's Christian and who's not? Because they see what you're doing and they're rising and stopping it and saying no more. We did nothing but love you, try to protect you. We gave you money when we didn't have it. I went to battle for you when I got a contract with Wimkin. We sent each other presents. I offered a place for you to live. I was Christian before I even knew I was. And this is what you do to my family? This is what you do to my brand? This is what you do to me and tell my kids where I got to explain to them that their daddy's not on drugs because they see a text string from one of your little fucking lackeys and ask me, Daddy, are you on drugs again? How fucking dare you? You've got some fucking nerve. And you can come at me, but you come after these people. These people gave you money. You stole from them for drugs. Every person I've talked to who's spoken to you have said, she sounds higher than an effing kite. You didn't learn from your husband? You didn't learn from your son? You lost your husband. You almost lost your son. And you're going to mess around with that crap again? I learned my lesson, lady, when my daughter looked me in the eye and said, Dad, please stop. And I haven't touched a Tylenol since then. I have 3 to 4 glasses of whiskey a year. I work out incessantly and take care of my body. How dare you say that I'm on drugs? How dare you slander me with your bullshit? I'm sorry that your life sucks. I'm sorry that you created most of the things that have happened in your life, but how dare you project it onto me? How dare you call these people who have been more Christian to you than any other person I've seen, more tolerant than you, protected you, told me to stay away from you and leave you alone? Well, I did. And you called down the thunder. Well, now you fucking got it. You wanted to see me pissed? I'm fucking pissed. Now I'm pissed. Now I'm mad. You in fucking 5 years haven't seen me mad. I'm fucking mad now. And you're lucky you're not a man. You're lucky you're not a man because this conversation would be face to face. How dare you? Attacking people because they know what you're doing and seeing what you're doing and calling them demons. You're the only demon. You're the only false prophet in this place. These people fed you. These people gave you money. You know what they say to me? She took me. Do you know how much money I gave her? This isn't one person. This isn't 5 people. This is 20, 30 people, including us. We've proved it. We've got the receipts. And here's your last one. Here's your last one about receipts. Here's your last one about drugs.
Hey, everybody. I haven't had to do one of these since I worked for corporate offices, but because some people can't mind their own business and think that I'm on drugs. By the way, let's clarify. I was on pharmaceutical and prescription drugs due to habitual nature because of massive surgeries and a broken body. Not did drugs recreationally like some people we know. Anyway, here is the drug test, which I've been accused of being back on drugs. My family's here. Hey, guys, am I doing drugs?
No.
But we're going to do a test anyway, and I had to spend money on this, all that money that we have to do a drug test. Now, you're not going to be able to watch me pee, unfortunately. We can't do that. So Debbie Hensley's going to be very upset. But what we can do is I'm going to walk into this bathroom, and then I'm going to walk out, and then we're going to look at the results together. Isn't this fun? And we'll find out if I'm pregnant or not. Let's go ahead and stop from here.
I am now.
Okay, I'm going to walk into the bathroom, and no, we're going to turn it off. And if you don't, you'll never drive a car.
Wait, no, should we keep it on? That way it's no cuts. That way people know that
they're going to hear it because I've got my mic. I guess that's a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that way they know that you can edit it later. I'll just prop it right here. That way there's no cuts.
Just hold it.
Okay.
This is weird. You can't hear. Oh, you won't be able to hear me.
I can't hear you.
It's just a little weird. But all for the sake of integrity.
Yeah,
and
you gotta get a shot. Know it's no cuts. And hold on. There's nobody in this bathroom.
Yeah, and show that there's nothing in there that I can pour it in.
It's just me. There's nothing.
You need to take out the trash and do your chore. Let's go.
My chore.
Hurry up.
Ethan's chore.
Okay, look at the package. Make sure it's sealed. See,
it's 100% sealed. There's no other drug test in there. There's nobody else's pee in
So
there.
I'm going to come in here. Watch. I'm going to open it.
Oh, and you can't open a package.
For the cost of this thing, you think it would be a little bit easier to open. Ah, that was easier. Okay. This is opened.
We've got to figure out how to do this.
Well, if someone would have taken out the trash, okay, there's silica packets. Those go in the trash. That goes there.
It's not dirty. It's a trash can.
And it says minimum urine level right here. Okay? I think I got that much in me. All right, go ahead and close it.
Alrighty.
Close it. If you come in here, I'll kill you.
I'm not going to go in there. Here's the puppy. Say hi, puppy.
Swing low,
He's having
sweet
that.
chariot.
Say hi, puppy.
Oh,
Ethan.
that feels amazing.
Mom.
Oh boy.
And he's still in there.
Raindrops keep falling on my head. Uh-oh, it's overflowing.
Oh my god.
Oh. Oh, Lord.
I told you I wasn't going to edit.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Tell me what it means to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
I did them last night.
I really had to go. I had to pee.
Hey, when I sign this, can I put my name as IP freely?
Sure.
Flushing the toilet.
Right now they're just getting a toy.
Okay, Hayden, you can come in. Oh, wash my hands. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Hold on. Gotta wash my hands. Hold on. Hold on. Okay.
There's no way you washed your hands that quickly.
Yes, I did. Well, I got a little soap on them. Okay, my mom taught me not to pee on my hands. Here we go. There it is. Okay, let's go. Let's go wait for the drug test.
Okay, we're cooking dinner. Maybe we should not get your pee in this kitchen.
Let's not bring that into the kitchen.
Hey, let's put it on the dinner table.
Okay, no.
Video, come on.
Paused.
Here is a letter that we got from.
Okay, hold on.
Put the pee down.
Okay.
Okay, there it is.
All right. So there it is. All right.
On the letter.
That's on the back. Turn on the light. Ethan, turn on the light. Come over here. Okay, so crime screen multi-drug urine test.
Jamie, it is needed because if one person believes it, then it's a travesty. Sorry, my honor and my integrity are too damn important.
Okay. Negative are 2 lines or 2 in a faded line. 1 is preliminary positive and invalid. Now, how long am I supposed to do this for? We're going to find out. Appeal for results.
Those are all negative.
Okay.
All right, so I'll fast forward for a second.
Hey, 1,000 barbiturates, bubopropanol, BZO, COC, MDA, MET, MTD, opiates, OxyContin. I took opiates and OxyContin. I didn't take PCP, PPX, TCA, or THC, which is marijuana. So we're going to go ahead and just opiates, but whatever. Well, it doesn't matter. All drugs. Double negative is negative. Here we go. 1, negative, 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 negative. Ooh.
Oh, jeez. Hi,
Sorry
Ash.
for my language, children.
Language.
Sorry, not Christian-like. So I'm going to mail this to you. You can use this as a souvenir. You can drink it. You can go ahead and wash yourself in it and cleanse your soul like the waters of Lake Minnetonka. But this means that I am justified. This house has been exorcised. Go ahead and pause it.
Alrighty, guys.
So I'll sum it up. I just took money that I did not need to spend on a drug test, where I spent probably 25 hours on this over the last 3 days, where I could have been producing content for the show. I could have done so many different things. I could have spent time with my family. I didn't go to church on Sunday because I wanted to be with Ethan because he wanted to watch the Broncos game. And I wanted to be with my kid. Here's the thing is that I'm not a victim. I never will be a victim. And no one's ever going to make me a victim again. I'm not powerless because I have one thing on my side. And long before it was God, and long before it was Olivia, and long before it was my kids, and long before it was all of you, it was truth. There's a lot of things people will say about me, but being a liar is not one of them. So now I challenge you. Those are my receipts. I really appreciate you sending out my bank information because I already told everybody what I make. They already know. And if anybody wants to know, all they have to do is ask. But I noticed how my phone hasn't rung once.
You want to know why? Because I'm on the show. She's scared of me. She won't face me.
I want to know why she didn't call in. When I gave you a chance and I said, and I called you at 4:30 and I said, I don't want to do this. And I'm just giving you an offer that if you retract what you said and demonstrate an apology for the things that you lied about, I won't air this. No call. So, what you need to understand is that she told people that I was stealing from the viewers and I was making this ungodly amount of money. Would you guys like to see my 2025 taxes? Would you like to see what we made last year? I think you'd be a little surprised. We're not a church. We're not evangelicals. We're not a nonprofit. I provide a show for you that you like, and you get to say, hey, I want to throw some money his way. And it's like me playing music on the street. You can call it panhandling, you can call it begging, you can call it whatever you want. I consider it a trade, a service. That if you can give $1, you get the same experience as someone who's given thousands. And there are people on this show who has given tens of thousands to this show. And they know who they are. And isn't it funny that there hasn't been one guest out of all the guests we've had and of all the friends we've made with this show who have ever said anything remotely even close to what Amy said, even the CEO of Wimkin. His last text, which I'm not going to show you, but it basically says, you and I are good. I want to stay good. We've always been good. I love you. I told him I love him. And I don't even want Amy mad at me. I just want this to move on. And me, I don't care if it does or doesn't. For me, this is over. It's over. I've done everything I need to do. If anyone has any questions, we've got them. Send them in. We'll talk about it. We're going to take a quick break. Yeah, my drug test wasn't cheap. They never are. They're always expensive. It doesn't matter. My honor is intact. And now it's going to live in infamy because this is never coming down. And anytime anyone wants to reference what happened, you now got it. And I'm not afraid. I told you can't dox me. You can't. There's nothing I have to hide. I've shared my entire life with you guys for 5 years. During my worst moments, during my ups and downs, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid at all. It is truly a liberating thing when you're just not afraid of what people think of you. Thank you, Jim. And I've read everyone's comments and all the unwavering support. And now what I would like to do, if it's okay with y'all, and it's not something I've ever done on this show, I don't think, I'd like to say a prayer for Amy. Because I've gotten the things out, and I've said the things that I need to say, and now I'm going to do what I know my pastor would want me to do, what God would want me to do, which is to forgive and move on. I will forgive. I will not move on. I will not allow anyone like that to be in my life, but I will pray for her. So if we would not mind to take a second, I'd like to say a prayer for her. Lord, we seem to talk more and more every day as I gain strength to converse with you in a way that doesn't feel silly or canned or non-organic. And you know I struggle with this, and you know I've asked you for help on this, and I'm going to continue to do that. But I wanted to say a prayer for a friend of ours who has gone astray. I believe she is scared. I believe she's hurting. I believe she has felt more pain than Just about anyone can. And she needs your guidance, and she needs your love, and she needs your protection. And I know tonight I tried to be the bigger man. I tried to watch my forked tongue, and I tried to be better, but I failed. And I will continue to try to be a better person. Please don't let that be a reflection on her. I would ask that you bless the people who feel that she took advantage of who are listening. I would ask you to bless Jason and his mom as she fights for her life, and with his company as he's trying to turn over the best leaf possible, and he is a good man. He has a good soul. I would ask that you look over John as well, who also hurt our family tremendously, but he's going to be going through it. Look over Angel and try to help her through her struggles with organized religion, the same ones that I have. Please make sure Debbie is protected and taken care of and knows that she didn't lose our love and respect. Please continue to give me the strength to tell the truth, to stand firm, and to always do things with a mindset of trying to help before trying to hurt. I would ask that you watch over Amy and help her through this. It's going to be a tough night for her, and I would ask that the people in this show realize that mercy is much better than hatred, and I do not hate her. I just hate the things she did. Lord, thank you for listening to me. If I forgot anybody, you know they'll be in my prayers. Amen.
Amen.
All right, moving on. We're done. You got something to say? It's better to burn out than fade away. You hit it. No, seriously, you got something to say it.
Me? No.
Come on, you don't have anything after all that? I mean, that deserves something?
You kind of said it all.
Oh, I know. I mean, there's got to be something. There's got to be one little thing.
I mean, there's not much I can say at this point. I mean, she won't face me. She won't call me. She won't text me. She won't answer me. I don't know why. She's scared of me, but apparently she is. So, but honestly, I said in chat and Rumble a few minutes ago that everything happens for a reason. I'm a firm believer in that. I've been for a very, very long time. Even if you can't see it at the moment, you may not know until the next day or a month or a year or years down the road, but you're going to be able to look back and go, the reason I'm doing this today is because that happened at that point. So honestly, I'm really hoping that this is the straw that breaks the camel's back for Amy.
I do
She
too.
realizes she needs to get help because she needs to get help because this isn't her.
No, it's not her.
I
agree with that.
I knew her when she was sober, and she was awesome, and she was funny, and she was kind, and she was loving, and she was a good friend, and we considered her family.
Yeah.
And she got back into drugs.
But,
allegedly.
Yeah, let's be careful.
Allegedly.
Let's put it this way. I've heard it from every single person who's spoken to her. And there's some people in here who aren't saying anything for a reason.
Yeah. But allegedly, and her kindness and everything that was good about her started going downhill. And I have known friends that have been on drugs, and they went down the same path that Amy is.
I went down the same path that Amy did.
So
I mean, I got self-destructive and destructive around the people around me.
So I'm really hoping that she gets help. She realizes that she needs help. And I would love to hear from her again, but I would love to hear from her when she's doing her 12 steps. And
Yeah,
she calls
I want to hear you on
apologize.
step 8. I think it's step 8.
I don't remember which step it is, but
But
that's
one
the
of the
next
steps.
time. The next
And
time.
if you need help paying for that, you let me know. I'll be happy to help.
But we'll pay that place directly.
Directly, yes, of course.
We'll be
All right,
paying
listen,
you.
here's what it comes down to. The last thing is that I was called greedy. Okay, enough said. What a ridiculous comment.
Who said you were greedy?
If I was greedy, I would take this show and I'd sell it. 300 some odd 75,000 followers with what we get with traffic. I could probably sell this for a good chunk of change. I'd sell all the equipment.
I know what it was worth about 2 years ago. So.
Yeah, it's worth a good chunk of change. I'd sell it, and then I'd go back to work for a Fortune 500, and I'd retire in 10 years. I'm not greedy. I've had money. I know what money does to people. We need money to pay. You know, people think $3,000 a month is a lot. Well, it's not a lot when 40% of that has to go to the U.S. government because it's a 1099. So take that 30 some odd $1,000 and cut it down to 40% less. We got a phone call. We'll see who this is. Hi, this is Matt. Who am I talking to?
Matt, this is Elizabeth.
Hi, Elizabeth.
I want to say something
Okay.
from the deepest of my heart. And you know that I shared a secret with you guys not too long ago about being a minister.
Yeah.
It's something that I don't really bring up to anybody.
Okay.
But I'm going to say this about Amy. Whether she is on drugs or not, she has actually chastised me. I tried to reach out to her, tried to talk to her. She said I had said bad things about her on your show. And, you know, I have not.
No, you haven't. Never heard anything at all from about Amy when you've spoken.
I will tell you that right now, whether she's on drugs or not, some type of demon, some type of evilness, which is from Satan, has got hold of her.
Elizabeth, that may
we don't need to.
That would be true, but I don't know if that needs to be said. Like, I understand where you're coming from, and I want to respect your opinion, but I also don't want to kick her while she's down. I defended what needed to be defended. There's a lot of things I could have said, Elizabeth. There is a whole litany of shit that people would be repulsed by that I left out. Yeah. And we don't need to know. No, we don't. So, like, I think we ended it on a good note, but maybe if you have something to say to Amy, maybe that's what you should do. Like let's skip the rest and go to, if you want to convey something to her, maybe she needs to hear that.
Okay. Amy, we don't know what has happened to you. We don't know what has got into you, but you are a dear friend, all of ours. Whenever you were a moderator, you actually helped several of us. And something has happened, and we don't know everything. We don't know what's going on. We see you as family. We see you as a friend, and we are praying for you. We want you to be well, and we want anything that's happening to you to be cleansed by the blood of Christ. We want everything to be cleansed, and for whatever is taking place, for it to leave you alone in the name of Jesus. In Christ's name, amen. Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, Elizabeth.
You're welcome, Elizabeth. And thank you. And Angela, thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon, kid. Bye-bye. Angela Zirkelbeck, I wanted you to be in here too. And Dodie, I wanted you to be in here because I know you were on some of those text strings. And I know Lee was on there, and I know Kevin was on there. I know a lot of people were on it and got to see it. And I've given you the answer. And it's not that Amy wasn't right. So that's the problem. Amy was right. Jason did think those things. But instead of asking me, she wasn't asking questions. She wanted to hurt me. She wanted so much to be right that being wrong wasn't even a consideration. She wanted to hurt me. And that's the problem I have. It's like if she would have called me, I would have been like, oh my God, what? Jason thinks what? And Jason and I would have been, and it might have brought Amy and I back together. Because maybe I just would have been like, oh my God, I'm going to call Jason because I had no idea. Jason had no idea. You saw what Jason said. He had no clue. I had no clue until we talked. This was to destroy and hurt us because of jealousy. And the truth is that she didn't create this at all. And her involvement was a place of honor. It was really a place of respect and a place of we're going to go someplace bigger, and you're an amazing person, and we love to have you, but don't
he asked her opinion on a lot of things.
Don't volunteer your time if you're not going to be voluntary in its process and its design.
That's what it's called. It's called voluntary.
Yeah.
Being a volunteer means you are doing it because you want to, not because you're going to get something in return.
Yep. All right. We're going to move on. We're done. I do not want to talk about this anymore.
This is over. Last time
It's
we'll
over.
talk about it.
Yep. And honestly, let's just start over. And if there's people who've listened to this and say, "Oh, I've made decisions or I left," I hope you come back. You know, some people call me a bully. And you know what? Maybe I am a little bit. But I'm just a bully for the truth. And I'm sorry if that comes across as harsh sometimes, but it is what it is. Come over here with me and be a connoisseur of truth, and we won't disagree. It's pretty simple. It's not hard. All right. I'm glad I wasn't on any text strings. There were a lot of people on text strings, and I protected everybody. I kept people's name out of it. And I called anyone who I was going to use that would be exposed. Okay, let's go. Let's rock. We've got to take a quick break. We're only at $45, and we've got to make goal. We're gonna go take a quick break. So if you guys have not had a chance, sorry, I know that was riveting. thedumbshow.com/donate. Yes, we still need donations. No, we're not a part of Wimkin again. If we decide to go back to Wimkin and Jason wants that, we'll have that conversation. But right now we are sponsorless, and it's you. This is what we make. We make money from our social media accounts. We make money from some shirt sales. That's it. So
some shit
shirt sales. So we still need donations. We're always going to ask for them. $300 is our goal. We're at 45. We need to rock and roll. Quick commercial. We'll be right back. And then we're going to get into it. And yes, we're going to stay into overtime. We're going to be late tonight. So hang tight.
Hi, I'm Olivia Spear, host of The Dumb Show. For 3.5 years, we never asked for donations. But after Facebook demonetized us for speaking the truth, we've had to turn to the one thing big tech can't cancel: you.
I'm Hayden, Matt and Olivia's daughter. This show's never chased sponsors or sold out. We've built something honest, and it's thanks to you.
I'm Ethan, their son. Every share, every dollar, every message, you're the reason we can keep calling out the BS and bringing color back to the world going gray.
If you want to help, we take PayPal, Venmo, or snail mail. You can send it to P.O. Box 2, Round Hill, Virginia 20142.
Can't donate? No problem. Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored. You can donate at thedumbshow.com/donate.
You know what happens when you turn the dial harder? You can make a harder grimace. The harder you grimace, the more effective it is.
You tighten it so freaking I can't do it. I can't untighten
That's what she said.
That's what she's. Oof. Oof. Coming in with it. Pound it. Pound it. Pound.
Child 15.
Ethan, you look like a hippie.
Totally tubular.
You know this is recording, right?
Okay, let's go. Smile. Donate. Don't start with me. Donations. Every time you don't smile, I'm gonna punch you in the ribs. Donations. Take one. Scene one. Ready. Set. Ethan. Ready. Don't screw it up.
Okay.
Ethan, don't mess this up. Ready. Set. Action. No. Whoa. Director calls action, not some stupid toddler.
But we've built something
There's no but there. Why do you've been doing this since you were 2 years old. Try it again.
Just share the show with someone who needs to hear it.
He's so much better than you at everything.
He's better at
Hayden, he's just like, even, it's just, go ahead, Hayden.
Thanks for helping us stay loud, proud, and completely uncensored.
That's a wrap. Well done, Spear family. I bet we make no money.
But I'm gonna owe them money with help.
Hayden, do your thing again.
Oh yeah, cut it.
Baby shark doo 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 doo.
Yes, thank you for donating, us greedy people who just love taking everybody's money. $45 is where we're at after that long introduction. We're going to do our best to give you guys a decent show from now and try to hit our goal. $10.80 from Amy Bordeaux, who we love and adore. Angie, I wasn't saying that you participated. I was saying that you made a comment. I saw it in the screen grab. you were asking. All I know is that you saw the post. That's why I wanted you to stick around. Not that you were a part of anything. I protected everybody's names. I wouldn't call you out. I was just saying I saw you on the that you saw the post. I saw several people saw the post, and it's important that you guys got an answer. Bubba, watch the beginning of the show. You're going to want to watch it. Okay, so let's see. Donald J. Trump. Melanie Marino, 565 for Matt's P Cup. It was worth more than that, Melanie. I hope Debbie is watching, because I'll send that to her autographed. I'll continue watching y'all. I refuse to get into confrontations that I'm not knowledgeable about. No room for hate in my heart. Well, I hope you do continue watching us. I just know that you kind of wanted to know what was going on the thread, I believe. So I wanted you to know and wanted you to see, because that accusation is damaging for sure. Okay, here we go. Donald Trump, peace in the Middle East. Leaders have officially signed the Gaza peace deal, securing 47th place in the history books as the peace president. This is ridiculous. I mean, this is incredible. It's just something to enjoy. And of course, the people who despise Donald Trump will continue to despise Donald Trump. Melanie Marino, $10.08. Love you all. We love you too.
Thanks,
Thank you so
Melanie.
much. Here's the video of signing the peace deal. I know Olivia didn't get to see it today, so let's watch it. Oh, Maureen, yes, you definitely want to watch the beginning of the show. Maureen, yes. Maureen. Watch the beginning of the show.
Yes.
Maureen, watch the beginning of the show. You above Lee, Kevin, you need to watch the beginning of the show. For Frank, need to watch the beginning of the show. Okay? Now we'll go back. Oh, I got to put up the window. Hold on. Sorry, it was stuck in limbo. Okay, there it is. All right, here's the rest.
Okay.
And Maureen, watch your 6. You'll understand when you watch the show.
This took 3,000 years.
No, Joanne, you're
to
okay.
get to this point. Can you believe it? And it's going to hold up, too. It's going to hold up. Okay, thank you. You can use my pen if you want. Have a pen? Can you use mine? Okay.
Maureen's like, okay.
Okay.
Sorry, we wanted to make sure you really heard us. So Patriot says, if we know the Bible, this is a scary thing. Why? Why wouldn't it be the opposite? Aren't all nations supposed to turn against Israel? So if it was all nations against Israel, wouldn't it be worse? 3140, we have your back. Love you guys. We love you too, Bobby. Thank you. We're sure she'd have friended you too. I mean, wouldn't that be the case, Liv? If a peace deal, wouldn't that ensure?
You know, I haven't read the Bible as far as Revelations.
Well, it just says that Israel's, essentially everyone turns against Israel at the end.
I'm not very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
So
I think that it is and would be an incredible thing to take place and hold. I think the Abraham Accords have held. You just have to worry about Iran and peace treaty, and then everyone comes together. But that's not really the case. The treaty is more against Iran. Matt says, wow, it started as the episode of F around and find out and ended with Matt giving us the uncut trailer of How to Train Your Dragon the musical. I don't understand.
I think that's your pee video.
oh, I truly love you guys, your family. Yep.
That's pretty funny.
Yep. She unfriended everybody, I heard. Okay. So my thoughts are this, is that I'd much rather have peace. I'm not a big fan of Iran, and I'm not a big fan of Hamas. But Saudi Arabia, Jordan, UAE, they want this. They want this considerably. Because Middle East peace truly is the way that a lot of these countries want to go. And if you don't believe that, look at Kuala Lumpur, look at Malaysia, Sumatra, look at Saudi Arabia and Bahrain. These countries have gotten a taste of Western civilization, and they realize that you can be poor and be a terrorist and kill infidel, or you could be rich and still believe in Allah and be comfortable. And I think a lot of them understand that. And, there is a change. Can we move the cat? Yeah. There is a change. If I was Hassan, I'd just shock her. Bzz. She's going to run.
She's going to run. I'm not going to be able to pick her up.
She's such a little shit. But anyway, it is a very nice thing to see this and the other countries of the Accords also there. This is an interesting, just quintessential Donald Trump. The Italian Prime Minister, Meloni. Have you seen her, Liv? Cat,
no.
say hi when I'm
Cat Outlier donated 20. Glad I didn't get into that drama. Thanks for clearing the air. Thank you very much, Cat. Appreciate it.
When you whenever you put it in and I'm like doing something else, let me know. So this is the Prime Minister of Italy, and Donald Trump said she was beautiful today. Liv?
Did she?
Did he?
Sorry.
Stop not paying attention. Doesn't help the show.
Somebody messaged me something.
What did they message you?
I don't know. That's what I was trying to check.
Go look. See if it's important.
I'm interested. I was trying to check.
So this is the Italian Prime Minister. And okay, good. So Jamie says this is what who was it?
It was just was just video.
This is what they're referring to. Peace in the Middle East is understood in two main stages: a temporary and deceptive peace before the end times. Well, can I? But thank you for the quote, Jamie. But here's the thing: if it is end times, then it's not a bad thing for Christians and believers, is it? Because it's second coming of Christ, and although we'll be falling on bad times, if that's fulfilled, then we all kind of know that. We kind of hedged our bets on the right area of the roulette table. Am I not wrong? Or am I wrong? And if it doesn't happen, then we, first stage involves a false peace agreement, often associated with a 7-year covenant and prophecy, which is ultimately followed by tribulation. The second, more significant stage is future area of true peace, justice, and prosperity who rules Jerusalem. Listen, here's the thing. I think that if we see that type of level of prophetic realization, I think you're going to have a lot of people who believe. And if I start, I'm already getting on that path, and I'm hoping that I can get there quicker. And yes, it's selfish for my own soul, but I don't know, guys and girls. I don't know. I just don't have that answer for you. I do know that this hasn't happened in 3,000 years, and I will tell you that Donald Trump is right. And I know these countries fairly well from a theater standpoint and geopolitical standpoint. I've been studying them for a long time, and pretty much the entire Middle East is against Iran. That's the truth. And you can see a lot of people are against Israel, but Israel, they accepted this, and they accepted the Middle Eastern countries. There is a coalition taking place here where some things are changing. So let's just see what happens. Peace comes, then possible destruction. Thank you, Jeffrey. I appreciate that.
Chat.
Donated $10 through Super Chat. Let's just see what happens, y'all. We can't control any of it anyway. It's God's plan, and there's nothing we can do. But this is the Italian Prime Minister, and this is what Mr. Trump said about her today. Take a listen.
Then Anonymous donated 10. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Anonymous. Appreciate you. Here's the video.
We have a young woman who's.
Let me get the volume up.
Yeah.
Don, give me a second.
We have a woman, a young woman who's, I'm not allowed to say it because usually it's the end of your political career if you say it. She's a beautiful young woman. Now, if you use the word beautiful in the United States about a woman, that's the end of your political career, but I'll take my chances. Where is she? There she is. You don't mind.
He's such a charmer. Jeez, look at her head tilt.
She wanted to be here, and she's incredible, and they really respect her in Italy. She's a very successful politician. We have a woman,
She
a
looks
young.
very familiar. She looks like somebody.
She looks like Maria Bartiromo with blonde hair.
Okay, that's what it is. Yep.
And Maria Bartiromo, whatever. I just said it perfectly.
Yeah, this is the one that's going to pop up.
Where?
This was the super chat that I just put in the $10.
Oh, okay,
so it
okay.
added.
I just had to close the window again.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about that? Is it okay to call a woman beautiful anymore? Is that really? I mean, is that really a bad thing when somebody says you're handsome? I mean, people tell me I'm handsome all the time. I get it.
Well, it depends on how much of a feminist you are, because there are women, you call them beautiful and they freak out on you.
Well, right.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is it that big of a deal? The president of the United States says you're beautiful. Is that? I mean, is this where you shit a purple Twinkie? Is this the hill you die on, or do you
No.
kind of go, you know what?
I'd be flattered. Thanks. Appreciate it. I mean, I don't.
Do you think she shaves her armpits?
Isn't that France?
Yeah, same thing. Italy, France, they're the same. Anyway, I consider it to be a compliment. I consider it to be a good thing. Charlemagne the God. I can't stand saying this guy's name. I mean,
know.
it's so stupid.
I don't understand why he's named that. But
Well, you can go back biblical and European history, but that's not important. Charlemagne, Donald Trump shows me what's politically possible. This is interesting. I want you to listen to it. I mean, this can be taken one of two ways. It can be taken as a positive, it can be taken as a negative. But here is Charlemagne using his Shure SM7B mic like we have. Here it is.
Donald Trump shows me what's politically possible. Trump shows me what presidents can do if they want to do it. Donald Trump shows me what can be said if you are willing to say it. It's not about what can't be done. It's about who has the political will to do it. I don't want to hear a peep from Democrats about nothing until they get the balls to say what's really on their mind in regards to this country and this world. Trump doesn't care if it sounds ridiculous. Trump doesn't care if it makes sense. It's no political correctness whatsoever. As I've been saying for years, the language of politics is dead, and Donald Trump killed it, period.
Well, wow.
Donald Trump showed.
So is that true? It's the language of politics, because all I heard Donald Trump today and in Jerusalem and in Egypt is speaking like a politician from the heart. But everything he said was very political. It was very to the point. It was very heartfelt. But I don't think political dialogue is that. I think lying through your teeth in order to gain votes is not what Donald Trump's done. And you know, listen, folks, this is what he ran on. He ran on world peace. He ran on peace with Israel and Iran and Hamas and Hezbollah and the Houthis and the IRGC and the JIP and anyone else who wants an ISIS-K. He ran on bringing peace to this region. He also ran on Israel with Russia and Ukraine. And that's next. He said he was going to secure the border. He said that he was going to destroy the swamp and limit the size of the government. What does he have? He's done everything he said he's going to do. Liv, what do you think? Do you think that Donald Trump is just the best damn politician we've had and we haven't recognized what keeping your word looks like? Or do you think he just is not a politician?
I think he's a businessman first. And that's what I wanted in office. I wanted somebody that can't be bought and that knows how to run a business, because that's what this is. The United States is a big business. And if you don't know how to run a company, a multi-billion-dollar company, then you shouldn't be running the United States. He knows what he's doing. He's run a multi-billion-dollar real estate, and he can't be bought. And I think that's the biggest thing right there.
Huge.
And he doesn't care. And in his first term, yes, he did things he said he was going to do, but he was a little reserved in how he did it. This term, I don't think he cares, because he can't be elected again. And he's like, throw it all out the window. I'm going to do what I want, and I'm going to get it done how I want, no matter what.
Yeah.
And I think that's great. And I don't have an issue. Why? Because he puts America first. He does what he says he's going to do. And that's what I want out of my president. I don't want a president that prefers foreign people over us. We're Americans. Who lets people come in who I would prefer to have a president who puts America first and our money into America, not into illegal aliens. That's just me.
It's an interesting point. And like, I also got a Pyro the Friendly Arsonist subscribed. I'm honored. That's great. Just don't burn my shit down. So, you know, one of the comments, man, I think it was Barbara, said he hasn't fixed the economy yet. No, you're right. He hasn't. And honestly,
it's going to take a while.
That was supposed to be a 2-year plan, right? I mean, remember when Joe Biden did all this damage, people were saying it was going to take 2 generations to fix it? That we were like, Leroy and I were telling you that this was going to take 30 years of damage that inflation did. It's going to take time, but you have to look at what he's doing with energy. You have to look with the tariffs. You have to look with the business coming back, changing our ideas from where we were, which is being reactionary, to proactive, moving into the AI field and data centers, innovation with new weaponry. The United States is shifting, and it's going to take years. Do I believe that the stock market's going to crash? No. Do I believe that our economy is going to go in the toilet? No. Do I believe that we're going to have some hardship on prices because of tariffs? Sure. And that is a long-term gain.
Yeah, I don't think that's not a quick turnaround.
It's not. And energy is his focus, right? Get energy to be cheap, and energy is cheap.
Gas is going down. I mean, it's slow, but gas is going down, and it is consistently staying under $3 a gallon here.
Right.
And before it was like, I mean, it was almost $4 a gallon when Biden first took office.
Right.
It just shot up. I mean, within 2 months of him taking office, it just went up $2. And it's been slowly coming down. And on average for the last, I would say, year, because it started coming down right before the election, it's been right around $3.19 to $3.29 a gallon, right in that area. And it's been slowly dipping.
Yeah.
And for 2 weeks in a row, it's been $2.96. And that's the first time it's consistently stayed under $3.
He's been in office for 9 months, and look at what he's done. The economy is going to take, you can't turn the economy. Whatever you do for 90 days is going to impact the next year. That's the way the economy works. It's like the Titanic. Not that it's going to sink, but it's going to take a long time to turn. And that's the problem with these bigger boats. They take a long time to turn and move the angle of direction. Do I think we're going in the right way? Yes. I think interest rates need to come down. I think inflation's ticking up a little bit because of tariffs. But tariffs, remember this? Everything was supposed to be
skyrocket.
Inflation was supposed to be up 10, 12%. It's all crap. Inflation, T.S. Dixon and I sat down and we talked to you about this. Inflation is decided simply to the producers pass along the ownership and the onus of the dollars to the consumer. And with tariffs, they can do that, but they price themselves out of the market. And you may notice that's why Maxwell House is cheap and Folgers is through the roof. It's because Maxwell House is like, well, we'll rather sell by the boatload and lose money per unit, but we're going to make it up in volume. So you've got to understand there's only so much these companies can do to retaliate against the consumer. So a lot of them are eating these costs. And it's lowering their margin, but they had plenty of margin to do so. And this is Donald Trump's point, is that when you drive these foreign companies' prices down, other companies are going to come in and take advantage who live in the United States, because all of a sudden it's cheaper to make it in the United States than it is overseas. That's his goal. That's going to take a while. But listen, all I got to tell you is 2017, 2018, go look at the economy where it was at. Donald Trump will bring us back there.
Yeah.
I believe that.
I mean, I'm seeing with the whole tariffs thing. Yeah, I definitely saw some stuff in the grocery store, going grocery shopping every week. There was a few products that we bought that all of a sudden weren't in stock. Like, it was like I had to check every store in the town to find one.
Yeah.
And it was like you couldn't find it anywhere, and we're having to find substitutes. But I'm seeing prices kind of go like this. Like, eggs finally came down, and they're like $3.19 for 18. That's what I paid this week for them. But then there's other things that went up again, and they had gone down before. Now they're, so it's like,
it's just an ebb and flow.
Yeah, it's the ebb and
flow. Like beef
flow.
jerky right now is through the roof.
Astronomical right now.
Beef jerky's horrible. Like, on all my oats were
it was like $15 for a 3-pound bag.
Now it's back down.
Now
and
it's down
oats,
to like $3.50.
Like steel cut oats are down to nothing, and they're up by 30. And a lot of companies do that. They increase the price. They lower the demand. They increase the demand by shortening the product and increasing the price. Then they drop the price, and then they get away with a 50% price hike, and people go, "Oh, that's cheap." It's a standard thing you do in MSRP and overall in retail. Folks, we are sitting here. Oh wow, we got Howie.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to see him. Good to see you, Howie. Maddie Howenitz. thedumbshow.com/donate. We're trying to hit goal. I think after this, we should be around 176, 175.05, or $125 short. We need your help, folks. Please, please, please. This show stands on principle, period. After watching the show for over 4 years, I've learned trust, loyalty, and respect are not taken for granted on this show. Thank you. We appreciate you, Maddie. We love you. I know I got to make my own beef jerky, and I think I'm going to start.
We
Plus
have the dehydrator.
I know we do. I know
away.
we do. We bought it like 20 years ago. I know. But I need to do it. I need to do it. That's all. I am going to make my own beef jerky. I know. I hear you. Thank you. If anyone has a great recipe, email it to me. Here's another video. Folks, if you have a chance to get into that donation ring, we really need to hit our goal tonight. It's been a long couple of weeks. And as we know, since everyone posted our financials, we no longer have Wimkin helping. So if you guys want to help us out, that's the best way to do it. Tommy, yeah, it did. Just we're trying to get through a couple of things here. And I think Olivia's working on it right now. Mm-hmm. Suzanne McGoran, $21.10. Thank you for all you do for us. God bless. Absolutely. Bill Maher is here. Bill Maher is, and Tommy, the reason why is it's such a big one, we like to the big ones, we kind of like to hold to the end, like the big grand finale, because what happens is that we don't get anything else. And then one person winds up doing the whole donations in the night. We want to try to avoid that a little bit. So we'll get this in shortly. We see it. We love you. We know you're there for sure. Here's Bill Maher. I've told you guys a long time ago, Bill Maher is a conservative. He does a great job when it comes to his fiscal responsibility and size of government. He is not into big government. He's socially liberal, but so are a lot of people. Once again, he's doing exactly what you expect him to do. He calls President Trump when he doesn't like it, and he gives him his accolades when he does. Here it is.
I always say this. You cannot ever deny success. You just have to give your respect, even if it's not your thing. Don't have the humility to give it up for enormous success on any level.
Mm-hmm.
I
agree.
Trump, not my choice. Didn't vote for him, but
a lot of people did.
And he's. I can't deny the success.
I can't either.
Yeah.
And he's the president.
And he's the president. I always say this. You cannot. Trump.
I love aging hippies. Listen, this isn't a surprise to us. We know who he is, and we've seen him. We've seen Trump. What do you think about Bill Maher and what he's saying? Is this surprise you? Because I know there were some times you wanted to kill Bill Maher.
Yeah, it was during Trump's first term.
Yeah, he was annoying as shit.
He was really annoying, but no, I don't have any problem with what he's saying. I think it's great that he went to dinner with Trump at the White House.
Kind of cool, wasn't it?
That was great. And then he just came out and said he's a lot like, I guess we're a lot like him because he started a show before us, but we're all about honesty. And he just was like, I'm just going to tell you how it was, and this is what's going to happen. So there you go. But isn't that William H. Macy? Is that his name? My mom met him because my mom is a flight attendant. So she's actually met a lot of celebrities. But he was on her flight, and my mom just said he was the nicest, kindest, sweetest human being she ever met in her life. He was so kind. So I thought that was great.
It's kind of funny when people like Joseph is like, Bill Maher's still a dick. Yeah, but how much longer can we call him that? You know what I mean? Considering what he's doing, it's pretty impressive how right he's been. Listen, I'm not the only one calling out Candace Owens. It's really nice to see. This is this gentleman is the older millennial. He's fantastic. I would love to do these videos, but for some reason I don't know whether I'm just too angry or whatever, but when I tend to be a little bit more flippant, I do better. And so does
the older millennial. The kids call me a millennial just to get under my skin. They know it makes me mad.
The thank you. Nick Freitas is very much like I am. When he's angry, it doesn't come off well. I don't know why, whether we look scary or something, but this guy does a great job. You got to watch him. I love him. Oh, do you guys want to hear the news?
Sure.
we might be having a guest that's going to show up who reached out to us. And
I did get a chance to call him.
I think people are going to, yeah, you got to call him, honey.
I know. I didn't get a chance.
Yeah, you have to get a chance because this is huge.
Do we want to wait?
No.
Okay.
We want to do, well, if you would have called him, we wouldn't have to wait. Just FYI.
I was busy today.
Nothing's busier than this. So this person reached out. I reached out to them, I don't know, a couple days ago. And they just reached back out to me. I think he would be great. And people said you should get him on because of Virginia's election race. And they're like, Matt, you should get this guy on so he can help Virginia. It's a great call. And there's a very good chance that he's coming on the show. And it would be Scott Pressler. So we reached out to Scott, and I know how busy he is. And he was with Fox, and he was at the White House. And so I'm
going to call him tomorrow. Promise.
Yep. Yeah, he reached out, gave us his phone number, and said, hey, reach out. And so Scott Pressler, we're going to try to get him to sit in the show and get him out here and have him come in studio so we can talk about Virginia and talk about the election in Pennsylvania and all of his efforts. And he is a good dude, and we would love to have him. So it looks like Scott Pressler is going to come onto the show. So we're really excited for that.
Very excited.
We're just going to have to work it out with him and find some time. Laura Logan's supposed to come on, and Charlie Kirk, of course. So we're trying to fix that. Deidre Daly gave $50. Stay true to yourselves as you forge ahead and follow your dreams. Surround yourselves with givers, not takers. Leave the rest to karma. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Deirdre. Scott is an incredible workhorse. I told him, I said, get some rest. We'll call you tomorrow. And so we think that's going to be a good show. Here is the older millennial, someone I'm also going to try to get on because we think he's really funny. But he also is not a big fan of Candace, and here he is talking all about it.
So over the last 2 weeks, Candace Owens has put out a tweet or a video blaming. So over the last 2 weeks, Candace Owens has put out a tweet or a video blaming these people for the death of Charlie Kirk. I do want to point out that her thought process that these people were involved is completely dependent upon the fact that she thought UTC meant Utah time instead of being Greenwich, England, which it actually is. Like, guys, she doesn't even understand time zones. But I mean, let's take a look at this list. So she said it was Israel, and then she went on a rant about a plane, which I will remind you was not in the area because she doesn't understand how time zones work. Now she's tweeting about Egypt being involved, Jewish donors with the U.S. Air Force, an actual Mormon beekeeping cult, which I got to tell you, that's my favorite theory. She said Turning Point and Josh Hammer were involved, and then of course the Mossad, and now France, which I have no doubt whatsoever that she's going to tie to her theory about Brigitte Macron, how that Brigitte's not only a dude, but is also probably head of an intelligence agency that murders people. Guys, at what point do we just say she's fucking crazy? Like, how many different people have to be involved in this? And I will once again remind you that her theories about everything were based upon a plane that wasn't in the area,
it's in the wrong time
but
zone.
she thought it was, because she doesn't know how fucking time zones work.
And then when she found out that it was, she made it even more conspiratorial by saying that should prove my point, that they altered the time zone of the plane, which should make us convinced more that it was.
Gosh.
That's what she said. That she is just off her effing rocker.
Hey guys, if you're going to tell me that I need to listen to Candace, no.
Yeah, no. Knows the answer. I love him. And yes, his beard's better than mine, but I shave mine every 5 days because I can't stand that much growth. I'm sorry.
So over the last 2 weeks, Candace Owens.
But listen, I can't tell you how many people we've lost because of Candace. Folks, love to hit goal. If you haven't had a chance, please help us out. We would appreciate it. We are very close. We're sitting at 246.15. We're staying a little bit later tonight because we had to do Perry Mason, and I had to go ahead and present the case of a lifetime. Let's do this. Let's finish up, and then we'll be good. Go ahead and put it in after this, honey, because
Okay.
we're gonna get going. Went over Bill Maher. Yeah. Here's one of the hosts of The View saying that she would wear a red MAGA hat for an entire day if Donald Trump solved peace in the Middle East.
Oh, is she keep a word?
She's not wearing it yet, but I would put that damn thing on, lady, because you look like you.
You look good in red.
Oh, dude, I hate Twitter. Like it's now a hate for Twitter. Go ahead and call it out, baby.
Barbara Alexander, stay true. Thank you very much for the $20.
Thank you, Barbara.
Appreciate it.
Love you, Barbara.
Apocalyptic.
Here,
It's not changing a tune. It's not making every single thing a 5 alarm.
Here it is.
When I say I'm not going to be apocalyptic, it's not changing a tune. It's not making every single thing a 5 alarm fire.
Yeah.
If he does good, if he gets the Israeli hostages out, I promise I will wear a MAGA hat for one day on the show and say, thank you
Please
for
don't do
doing
that.
it.
Yeah.
And then she'll knock it right off my head. But
Please
like
don't do that.
you have to be able to cheer for wins when they happen and then call out relentlessly the wrongdoing.
Well,
Who wants to send this chick a hat?
I will. I totally will mail her a MAGA hat. Totally.
I am so down. Let's
From the Don't Unfriend Me show.
Yeah, I should hook her up with one. Maybe I should make one first. Novice Prep Garden donated $20 through Super Chat. Love the show. Stay true. Semper Fortis. Yes, absolutely. Thank you very, very much.
I'm putting his in right now since I've got to put it in so it counts.
This is okay. That's all right. Go ahead.
Okay.
Put the next one in real quick. Gonna have a decent little check from Thomas Austin, 103.48. Tommy, thank you so much, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sir. Well
Thank
done.
you. Well done. Deuteronomy. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go.
Be strong and courageous. Do not fear or be in dread of them, for it is the Lord your God who goes with you. He will not leave you or forsake you. Deuteronomy 31:6 ESV. Thank you so much, man. That is a wonderful amount of money, and we appreciate you doing that for us. $4.93. Okay. Mel Lowe comes in. Damn it, Mel. Mel comes in. Happy Thanksgiving to the Canucks fans.
It's our show, Mom. Mel's our show, Mom.
Mel, we love you. How did I do, Mom? How did I do?
How'd we do?
Can I get a rating?
Every single time we need advice, we call Mel.
Can I get a rating? I'm just going to say it because I'm going to say it. I don't care because she got blocked. I called Mel and I say, what do I do? What do I do? Do I go nuclear? And she's like...
Before she was like, just leave it. And then
nuke her.
Yep.
Here's the video. And I think, we did a good job. All right, here's the video. Watch this. This is one of the hostages who's describing what Hamas thinks of POTUS. This is really good.
He got the hostages out. Before we felt like nothing is happening, and I remember there.
Looks like we got a call. So hold on, we'll take this.
Phone, dickhead.
All right, caller. What do you want to talk about? Turn down your phone.
Hang on, buddy.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to talk about anything. Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
My name's Donald.
What's up, Don?
Dowland. Do you remember me?
I remember you, Don. How are you, brother?
Oh, I'm all right, man. I just, I like your show.
Well, good. Thank you for watching. You've been watching for a while.
Well, I've been here and there. I've been everywhere.
Yeah. So, how long you been watching now, Don?
Well, before you got deplatformed.
Oh, yeah. So that's been a while. So, yeah, you've been watching for a long, long time. Well, great, man. I'm glad you're calling.
Who is Amy you were talking about?
She was a moderator for the show. She's been here a while.
You mean Amy that was on the show?
No. That's a different Amy. This is another Amy who was she was a dummy, and she was inside the chat rooms, and she was always around here and
No, I'm talking about the Amy that was you and your wife and Leroy.
Amy's still here.
Yeah,
She's still on the show. She was going to be here tonight, but she actually had some stuff to do at home. She wasn't able to be on here. She's going to try to come back on Friday, but she's still with the show, and she's great. She's doing well.
So that's not the Amy you're talking about.
No. It's not the Amy we're talking
about. That has the problem. Okay, yeah.
Not at all. No, God, no. No. And if that ever happened, we would do that off air. Like Amy's one of our best friends. We love her.
That wouldn't sit good with me, buddy.
Well, it depends what Amy did, but if she did what this other Amy did, I don't know. I might be pretty pissed at her too. But no, this Amy's great. This is somebody completely different who did some pretty atrocious stuff. So
Yeah, I've had some trials and tribulations since the last time we chatted on the wire or whatever.
Yeah,
And,
what's been going on?
Well, I was married twice, right?
Yep. I remember us talking about that.
Yeah. Well, my first wife died in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
God rest her soul.
Yes.
But then my first wife, I bought a house here in Clay Center, and she did all the decorating, and she passed away this last October.
Oh, damn it. I'm sorry, Don.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
How?
What sucks about it is,
Yeah.
I had to call my son.
And that must have crushed him, huh?
Well, it crushed me more because I hadn't talked to my son in 40 goddamn years.
What did he say?
He was coming. He drove out of Nebraska.
How was it when you met with him? Was there any reconciliation? Did you guys find a way to talk?
Nah, we didn't talk until after.
How did that go?
He drove. Yeah. Yeah, I don't talk to him that much because he works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a strange situation.
Well, they all are. Families are tough. So are you trying to, it's been almost a year, are you trying to pick up the pieces and get back out there? Or is this pretty much, you know what, you're done?
No, I'm not done. Oh no, you can pick on that.
Okay.
I'm not done. Yeah, I got something in the fire. It's gonna blow a lot of people's minds.
Well, Don, you gotta find a way to heal with your son. I wish my dad.
Oh, I know that.
I know. Well, me too, man. My dad and I didn't talk, and then he died, and then there's no chance of that. So.
Well, yeah, my father is a Vietnam vet, so yeah, that was pretty rough. Because I fucking lived through that fucking nonsense.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother weight
Oh,
on
yeah.
a person to handle.
Yeah,
So
I lived through that fucking.
Yeah, what do you
I
got?
lived
What do you
through
got
that
in the fire,
bullshit.
Don? Don, what's in the fire? What do you
Huh?
got? What do you got in the fire? You said you got something in the fire for yourself. What is it?
Huh?
You said I asked you about what's next. And you said you got something in the fire that you're working on. Was that a relationship with somebody, or you got
Yes.
a new job? Okay,
Yes.
all right.
A new relationship, and it's gonna blow a lot of people.
Was she
Crazy.
she a model or something? Or
Oh no, I ain't saying. I can't
Okay.
tell you.
all right.
It's a secret.
Let me know when you
Top
find out.
secret.
If it's Megyn Kelly, you and I are going to go to war. Just let you know.
Dude, you can have her all you want. I don't care. I'm not into blondes.
Okay, that's good enough. That's fine.
I don't like blondes.
Well,
I never did.
They're not my favorite either, but the brain's pretty good too. It's just a joke. Listen, Don, I'm going to let you go, buddy. It was good talking to you. I'm going to keep going with the show, and God bless. I'm sorry to hear about your wife, and I hope that next step works out, man. You deserve happiness, and I thank you for watching us, man.
Matt.
Yeah.
Matt. She wasn't my wife. She was my ex-wife.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought she was your
Yeah,
wife.
No. She lived in my house.
Oh, I see. Wow, that's.
I bought this house. I bought this house. I took her and her dog into this house, and
Got it.
I got your number. I will call you back.
I'd love to have you do
After
that,
you.
man. We'll talk to you soon, Bubba.
Thanks, Don.
Thanks,
After you
Don.
too.
Talk to you. Bye. Always appreciate people calling in. Here is that video we're going to show you real quick, and then Olivia and I are going to skedaddle here in a few. But let's go ahead and finish this.
Either ever since he came into the role, they were very scared of him. Yeah, they wanted
Who?
terrorists.
We're afraid of Trump.
Yeah, they wanted Kamala to be chosen, to be elected.
You talked politics with them?
Yeah. They wanted Kamala to be elected. But as soon as Donald Trump was elected, they understood that he wants to bring the hostages back home. Yeah. So immediately the way they treated me changed. So if it's the amount of food, I can say this, that when Trump became president, yeah, the way they treated us changed. For me personally, this is what I
think
felt.
because they anticipated that a deal would come soon.
Yeah.
And that's when they started giving you more food.
Exactly. More food, treated me better, stopped cursing me, stopped spitting on me.
They were spitting and cursing.
Yeah.
Were they beating you?
No, never. I was never, except the 7th of October, I was never abused physically. But I think it's because.
So pretty interesting.
That right there proves that they had absolutely no respect for Biden or the U.S. at that point.
Right.
And that they're terrified of Trump because they know he's going to do what he says.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
So that right there, and it's the fact that it started when he was elected.
Yeah.
Not in the past month.
I know.
It started
crazy.
almost a year ago.
So you guys remember the Hassan's dog thing? And I showed you guys all the videos of this guy electrocuting his dog with a shock collar. Now there's hundreds of videos of him abusing his dog, grabbing it by the tail and pulling it around, swinging it around. And
Dude, that dog needs to be taken away from him.
this guy is just.
I think somebody needs to call animal control and take that dog away. This
guy is just a horrible human being. And honestly, I'm fine with it. I'm here for it. Shut his ass down. You know what I mean? I don't think. I think being a social media influencer is more than just. I hate that. I hate those words. A social media influencer. I'm not an influencer. I'm just a guy that's got a podcast that talks a lot. And I'm not an idol. I'm not a hero. But that's it. Thanks, Dane. See you, buddy. But I think if you abuse animals and you're nationwide and you're on in that many people, you should be held accountable for your actions. And if you do something like that, you should be held accountable for it. Liv, I think it's a good time to button up and so we can go and watch a little show and relax a little bit with brother.
Yep.
And I want to just say a couple things. I want to thank the people who had the guts to say something. And I want to thank the people who
stuck around.
Yeah,
no
stuck around no matter what she said. That's a great call out. And this sucks. This is so stupid. All because you were wrong. You were wrong about a traffic stop. We were right. You were wrong. That's it. It's okay to say. It's just, I made a mistake. We had all the information about the traffic stop. And we understood that just because this guy hit this guy, it wasn't repeated abuse. And he hit him once to get him out of the car. He was pulled over for legitimate reasons. And you listen to a guy who is a sexist, who you didn't like, and you tried to use it against me because you know that falling out took place. And it was just petty and it was stupid. And, I think I said it the other night when someone said, "Hey, Matt, has anyone ever changed your mind?" Yeah. Most of the viewers here are around God. And that's the only one I need to answer because that's the most important one. Have I changed my mind on other things? Of course. Are there things that I've grown accustomed to? Sure. I've opened my eyes a little bit more around J6. I've been a little bit more open in regards to the election and how vindictive and vile that administration was. I've opened up my mind to looking harder at not just Democrats, but Republicans, people who've said, you know what, why don't you look and call these people out? So does it happen very often? No, because facts are usually difficult to alter without throwing in emotion and opinion. But if somebody says you make a mistake, well, that doesn't matter. It's not my job to make you happy in regards to your opinions. If you think a certain thing, then think it. But the moment that you start espousing that it's fact, I'm going to take umbrage with it. And no matter what topic it is, it's really easy to say, oh, well, have you ever changed your mind? I have the question to you is, have you? And if you listen to this show and we're constantly right about things, then that one thing we're not right about that you disagree with, maybe it's time to stop and just give it a second and think about it for a minute. That's my thought. I don't care about people's mistakes. I expect them to be accountable for them. So those are the receipts we showed tonight. I took a drug test, not for anyone, but me. Because I don't need drugs. I'm happy. And I love my family, and I love my life, and I love what I do. And I'm learning to love myself, and I'm learning to love God, and I'm learning to love nature, and I'm learning to love and appreciate other people. I don't need drugs. And that was probably the worst thing anyone could ever say to me. Because if you knew how difficult that journey...
That's why she said it to you,
yeah,
because
of course,
you were
of course.
close and she knew which buttons to push.
Of course. Of course. You know, of course it was. And, you know, it is what it is. I don't look at it as anything other than this. This is like someone coming on and challenging me on something else. It bothers me that you put Jason through that too. That really bothers me, because he already has his own crosses to bear. He's got people doing things to him left and right and using him every which way but loose. And he's got a mother that he's putting to rest, and he doesn't need that shit. And for him to think that I didn't like him, or I love him. I get frustrated with him sometimes. He gets frustrated with me, especially when we talk hockey, but I love that guy. And I would never do anything to hurt him. And the fact that it's so small. It's so trivial. For $10,000, you can have my stock. You can take it. Don't take your pound of flesh. You know? Take your 10 pieces of silver. But that's not going to fix you. The only thing that's going to fix you is that God that you pretend to, that you work through, is to surrender yourself to him. And whatever church whatever that group is that you're involved with, it's not working. Because you've gotten worse since you've joined it. You need to find God on your own. That's what I'd recommend. But I'm done talking about it, like I said. Folks, thanks for watching the Donut Friendly Show. Liv, take us out of here. What do we got?
One more donation.
Do it.
The last name is pronounced Rum. Charles Rum.
Right.
You're in my prayers. Thank you very much, Charles.
Thank you, Charles. $10. That pushes us over the 500 mark. Thank you.
Yes. So everyone, tomorrow night we have a wonderful guest.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So everyone should.
Do you guys know who this is?
By.
Have you guys? Do they know who Dan Nunn is?
I don't know, but yes, he will be not in the physical house, but he'll be on the show tomorrow. I will not be here. I'm thinking it'll be you and Leroy with him. Although I definitely will be watching. I'll probably say hi beforehand because I really want to meet him, because I've been talking back and forth emails. Yeah. Seems like a really cool guy, and I'm not going to tell you his story because he will. But yeah, some of the stuff he's been through is pretty cool. So. Yeah, Dan's a really cool guy. I found him like 5 years ago, and on Rumble, and I reached out to him, and I'm like, hey, you want to come on the show? And he's like, sure. And then we just lost contact, and then he reached out again, and I'm like, Olivia, and then remodel happened. And I think he's like, okay, you know what? I need to get on this show because I really am excited to have him on. He's just a good dude, and he's a free spirit, and he is who he is, and he's excellent. So if you haven't seen the Nunn Report, go over to Rumble and watch it, and he'll be on tomorrow. I'm really excited to have him. I'll mock up all the work tomorrow and get it announced for everybody. It's the Nunn Report, and it's on Rumble. Go look it up. You'll love it. He's also on Facebook. You can follow him there. Other than that, I want to thank everybody for what you've done. I want to thank you guys for being patient. I know tonight wasn't our standard thing, but it had to be. I had to address it. I had to take care of it, and I did. And now we can move on as a team. Be careful of if you have a question about us, all you got to do is pick up the phone. Mm-hmm.
Let's pick up the phone and ask. We're some of the most accessible people, and we're easy to get a hold of. And you can email us, you can call us however you want, and we'll answer.
Yeah, anyone says anything questionable about us or the show, and you're like, wait a second, that doesn't sound right. Reach out to us, please.
Loretta says, any news about the Terry lady I suggested? Loretta, what Terry lady? Oh, wait a second. Hold on.
Did she send it to you?
I may have dropped the ball.
I was going to say it because I didn't hear any of
that. I know this. But oh, look at that picture. I showed that picture. I got to put that in the show.
When? That's back in January.
I'm exhausted. Can you send that to me again, please?
Or better
Loretta?
yet, send it to me.
Send it to Olivia.
Olivia at thedumbshow.com. I'm
Yes.
the one who does all that stuff. So.
All right, everybody. We will.
So if anyone has a guest idea, send it to me.
Yep, that would be awesome. And then if you guys have any information, also send that information to us as well. So you have anything like a story that you guys want to cover or something like that, you can send it to Matt at The Dumb Show or Olivia at The Dumb Show. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to get some rest. It's been a long weekend.
It's been
and we need to decompress. I am tired. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, 7 o'clock with Dan Nunn from The Nunn Report. Good night, everybody. See ya.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.